right, let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safer Liquid Beer for the podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static, AM radio. It's the Play Alberta Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock, I'm logging with some sirloin bites.
Very impressive. Taking a few years to put all this together.
It's not a one-year quest because it's so hard to get your hands on. At this stage of my life, I don't invest in green bananas. It's a lifetime quest. Just not sure if I'm going to be around long enough to see them ripen to be yellow. You can't party enough when you win that thing. It's a party machine. Party machine.
Girl, I can't understand it. Why you wanna hurt me?
That's why it's the Stanley Cup.
After all of the things I've done for you.
It's hard. It's hard.
I saw you said baby roses.
6:06. It is the Nielson Show. What's up, everybody? If you're watching on YouTube, hello. Thank you for joining us. Hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be great. If you're on TuneIn or iHeart, please explain to your friends how easy it is to stream the station all day. And, of course, if you're listening to the simulcast over on 95.7 Cruise FM, what is up? It is Nielson and Dave Jamieson. Tell me about Eddie Murphy back in the 80s, Jamo. It was a pretty big deal, eh?
Monstrous.
Yeah.
Check out the documentary on him.
Okay,
Well,
I haven't checked. I haven't watched that one.
And that'll give you all of the information.
Like
you
everything.
need, everything.
Superstar level,
Oh.
though. My parents used to love
Massive.
Eddie Murphy. Like
Yes,
he was,
as they should.
Yeah. What was his stand-up? Delirious?
Yes.
It was Delirious. Yeah, my dad still
With the
talks
red
about that
leather
one.
suit.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
All right. Well,
Nobody cooler.
it
Nobody
works
cooler.
extremely well with Kenny Holland, too, when we
Yes.
put those types of
Party
songs
machine.
together. Yeah, no, definitely. Thank you very much for joining us. The Nielsen Show today and every day, brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Pick up one of those new Train furnaces right now. You get 15% off any additional mechanical systems done at the same time. Air conditioner, heat pump, hot water tank, garage heater, 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. You can text us your thoughts on the Super Bowl if you want, or the Edmonton Oilers, or Team Canada. And that's pretty much about it. Those are kind of the three topics today, I guess. 780-218-9999. Valentine's Day coming up this Saturday. Probably need a trip into PJ's, Paris Jewelers. Flexible payment options such as do not pay for 1 year. Shop in stores now. West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Center, or online, parisjewelers.com. They're Canadian. They're family owned. And of course, one of your text messages takes home the Royal Pizza text of the day.
Royal Pizza.
It's the text of the day. Still making it great. The best and freshest ingredients you'll find. Top-notch service for over 55 years. RoyalPizza.ca. You can order there online or one of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. I had Royal Pizza Saturday night.
No way.
It was delicious.
Stauffer recommendation.
I get the meat lovers though.
Mediterranean chicken.
Never tried the Mediterranean chicken.
Okay.
I've never tried it.
Sounds
I'm sure
very
it's
exotic.
delicious. I'm sure it's
Oh.
It's too much for me. Give me meat lovers piled high, and you can't go wrong there. All right, we'll get to a couple of your text messages here. Look at this one. This one says, "Good morning, guys. I'm off to the Dominican Republic. I forgot my EST hat in the car, though. I'm sorry. Also, I was listening to the show on Friday, and I heard Dave talking about Gizmo. Could Dave ask Gizmo if he wants to play flag football? Him and Trev can alternate weeks to accommodate Trev's multi-sport lifestyle." There you go. This guy's trying to get Trev to sign up for flag football. Might as well get Giz, too.
text
Can you
Giz
imagine
now.
Giz on playing flag football? That'd be insane. Good luck. Good luck trying to track that guy down. Dave in Section T says, "Good morning, boys. I'm heading into surgery this morning for a long-awaited hip replacement. I hope that's deserving enough of a conch. You got it, man. Good luck. Good luck with the new hip. What do they do with the old hip? Just throw it out?
I've never thought of that.
Nobody does, Dave. That's why I always come up with the best things.
Wow.
Yeah, what happens? Is there a pile of old hips somewhere? I don't know. Who knows? A doctor. There's got to be doctors listening.
Oh, sure there are.
Yeah, somebody tell us. What do you do with the old hips? And what is that? Yeah, what is
Would that go to a medical school?
Maybe.
Would
for
they examine
research?
those? Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Or fed to animals, like ground up and fed to chickens. Something along those lines, I think. All right. Let's get to
let's
just
it. Come
rip
on,
off.
Dusty
Let's
Camp,
rip off
let's
this
go.
Band-Aid. The Super Bowl sucked.
Yes.
Okay.
Say it.
It did.
It was.
The Super Bowl sucked. We had 4 field goals in the first 3 quarters of the game. The game was never in doubt.
I washed dishes.
It wasn't. Did you wash dishes?
Yeah,
good
I
for you,
washed
man.
dishes. Well, I mean, I had to do something.
Yeah,
right?
I watched the first half rather intently. We were at like a jam-packed Selly Sports
Selly's.
Bar and Lounge. Centric. Also, I will say this: pretty mature guy now.
Well,
Like, yeah, I slept at the office, but I
Sure.
got back to the office at like 11 o'clock last night.
yes.
I watched the final episode of Lincoln Lawyer. I did a
Okay.
bunch of my prep.
Yeah.
Went to bed probably just after midnight. Didn't sleep on my couch as well as I thought I'd sleep on my couch.
And I came in this morning
Yeah,
in the dark.
I saw you
and
in the
went,
dark.
JMO.
Well, that's the thing.
Oh.
Because Trev, I guess, was telling you the same thing.
Yes.
It was a little scary sleeping here by myself last night.
Yeah, what
I don't know
scares
why.
You guys?
I don't know. It's just like it's a
nice
big
neighborhood.
office.
Well,
And so when I heard voices this morning, I was like, oh my God, somebody broke into the office. I'm going to have to go fight them.
I'm on the hangout.
So I'm standing up and I see JMO in the dark. I was like, oh, hi, JMO.
Oh, God. You're in.
I'm not ready to get up just yet.
Yeah. You go back to bed.
But it was a fun time at the party last night. It was good. I mingled for a lot of the second half, chatting. There's I don't know how many people there was there. It was a good time. And yeah, I got back here and
And you want to thank the staff.
I feel great
you want
this
to
morning.
thank the staff.
I'd
at
love to
Selly's.
thank the staff.
Well,
I'd love to thank the staff. I'd like to thank everybody who bought me a drink last night. There's a few of those. People go, I want to buy you a drink. I was like, I'm in. Let's do it. And then, but I knew right around 10:50, I was like, this night goes one of two ways. I either get out of here now, or I'm at the tables till like 2 a.m.
yes.
And sometimes this is a good message to
knew your
adults
limit,
listening out there.
And you stayed within it.
I didn't use my game sense on the 22 bets I had on the
How
game.
did you do?
Not good. I mean, I had a lot of overs
Okay.
for player props. I ended up salvaging about 80% of what I had out there. So
Okay.
it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Scott on a hotel balcony says, true story. I had my hip replaced 2 years ago.
And
I asked them if I could have it when they were done.
no.
I was going to have it bronzed, but I guess they frown upon that and they just incinerate them. That's what they tell you. I mean, technically, it's your hip. You should be able to do whatever you want with it.
You know, that
like
raises
if
a
you
really
go to the-
interesting question.
Yeah.
Like if we go in for surgery, and I have been,
Yeah.
could I have asked for my tumor?
It's yours.
Yes.
They should have been able to give you that.
In a little
Like,
bag.
I think about if you go to the dentist and have to pull your teeth out. If you ask for those teeth,
Yes.
they're going to give you those teeth. So why couldn't this guy get his hip as per request? That's kind of BS. This
We've opened a Pandora's box.
damn healthcare in Alberta. Am I right, Dave?
Let's not. Okay, now.
I'm just
God,
I'm messing with you.
15 minutes
I
in.
know. Yeah. So I mean, the game itself.
What do you want to know?
I mean,
Will Fraser once said defense wins championships.
he invented that. Actually.
Yes, he did.
I mean, there was when you can make an argument that maybe the field goal kicker could have been the MVP, it's not a great game.
You've had a bad game.
Shout out to Kenneth Walker. Didn't find the end zone. Was the I mentioned to you earlier the fifth offensive player to win Super Bowl MVP without having a touchdown. Deion Branch, Julian Edelman,
Fred Biletnikoff,
and Namath.
And Joe Namath.
Namath, yeah. And I didn't know Biletnikoff.
No.
Did you look him up? Did he play in the CFL?
I will. I think he spent a year with the Alouettes.
I mean, I would probably trust you on that.
Just keep going and I'll figure it out.
Anyway, so the game last night was extremely disappointing. Mm-hmm. The New England Patriots, who we had said kind of all year long in the Lock Shop in this show, could be a bit of a schedule fraud. They had the third easiest schedule in NFL history. They got some fortunate injury issues for opposition along the way in the playoffs. They did nothing for 3 quarters, nothing, and then the game. By the time they did anything, the game was already over.
Was Drake May overwhelmed, in your opinion, by the stage?
You know what? I was chirping his second in MVP voting a little bit last night.
Yeah.
When you watch him play. I'm not going to say it was the stage. I'm going to say it was the Seahawks defense. Like, I think they got after him. They got after him. Like, they could not get anything going. Seahawks defense was absolutely outstanding. So, Conch, to all you Seahawks fans, all you 12s out there, congratulations. H.E. Pennypacker says the Super Bowl was like watching a 2-0 hockey game when the team in the lead just traps and the other team takes some dumb chances to try to score and 2 empty netters make it 4-0.
Yeah, that was Minnesota Wild hockey on a football field.
Yeah,
old Minnesota.
Jacques Lemaire, Minnesota Wild. Look, if you are a fan of defense, I mean, you got to be a pretty hardcore fan of defense to go, oh, that was incredible. But
and New England's defense was pretty good too.
Yeah. If you want to paint the picture that it was a pretty good defensive battle, then you can paint that picture.
Have at it.
That doesn't mean, like, 2 things can be true. It was a good defensive battle, but from an entertainment perspective, the game sucked. That's fair. Is that not fair?
That's okay.
I think that's pretty fair. What say you on the Super Bowl last night? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Seahawks defense was absolutely outstanding. New England, we'll see if New England, if this is something that they can build on. It should, you would hope. I'm not going to say they'll be back there again next year because I don't think they will.
They spent a lot of money, and they spent it well. I mean, to get to where they got to.
Well, to turn around that quickly, you have to, right?
Yeah. 4 wins a year ago.
Yeah. No, a good run, but ended in pretty efficient fashion by the Seahawks defense last night. Little Johnny wants a health update from Trev. Trev is still not feeling overly well. Trev, what's you're in the
what's up?
Just
he's playing.
Stay at home all weekend
Nasties?
or what?
Oh, what's up? Oh yeah. This weekend sucked, man.
It did, eh?
Yeah, no, there's nothing fun about it. Nothing. It was brutal. I can't tell you how much I was looking forward to coming out yesterday, but
it was good. They had
I had FOMO, man. Just laying on my couch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's tough. They had buckets of 6 o'clocker loggers.
I seen.
Oh, like huge buckets, the biggest bucket I ever seen on a table my entire life.
Look beautiful.
And you've seen a lot of buckets.
Yeah. Like it was big enough that when you get the smaller bucket, you could put it inside the bigger bucket.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
Everyone looked like
tough weekend though for you.
Yeah, tough weekend, man. Nothing fun.
Damn, man,
it sucked.
That does suck.
Yeah, the game sucked. I couldn't do anything, man. I was just.
Did you watch Arlington Road on DVD?
More on that later. For the good, bad, and ugly.
Okay. Okay. What?
Okay. There's a tease.
I've been trying to get him to watch Arlington Road with Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. Did you watch Lebowski too?
More on that later.
Okay. All right. Okay. Look, I don't want to get into it too much. I don't want to get into it too much.
Siskel and Ebert over there.
Yeah. Lieutenant Eric, veteran move.
Yeah.
Off today. He was in a good spot last night when I left. When I left,
define good spot.
He was pretty. When I was leaving, he looked at me and goes, "Do you want a nightcap?" I said, "No, I'm getting out of here."
Yeah.
So he was just getting another drink to settle back into the final table there last night. So it was, he might just be getting home now. Who knows?
Walking.
Yeah.
From Fort Road.
Adam in Quebec City says, I remember somebody saying something that I think holds true. The Super Bowl rarely lives up to the hype, but the Grey Cup usually over-delivers. I mean, there's been some dud Grey Cups too.
Oh,
but
of course.
But I think that's a nice. But the thing is, the reason that statement's accurate is because the Super Bowl is so hyped up.
And we got 2 weeks.
2 weeks to build it up.
And we had Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
And
Well, what'd you think of Bad Bunny? How did you consume the Super Bowl, Dave?
Just watch.
Just at home? You're okay, all right.
I stand, I don't sit.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not gonna. I stand. I just stand.
Dave
there.
Jamieson just standing in front of his TV,
in front of the flat screen. Look, Bad Bunny. I don't know a single song.
Yeah,
but I know who he is. I know his influence. I know his importance. And it was a made-for-television spectacle. And I thought it looked cool. And it was about storytelling, from what I can gather. Right? It told the story of Puerto Rico, and what it looks like, presumably, and sounds like, and feels like, and I guess they achieved it.
Yeah,
that's how I saw it.
It's tough. Like I watched it, but I wasn't like, oh my God, what's this mean? What's this mean? Like I watched it, not overly paying attention to it. There was a lot happening. I'll say that. Like there was a ton going on in that.
It's one of those things that. Okay, you see it one time, then you go back and go, okay,
I will go back
now
and watch
I understand what the artistic vision was, whatever you want to, use. But it was cool.
Yeah.
It was different.
It was different.
Would I have preferred, selfishly, Metallica banging out 4 songs?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just a big stage, and that's it, yeah.
Things that blow up, boom, good night, San Francisco.
A little pyro.
Sure.
Yeah. What do you think, everybody? Trev, what do you think of that? Like, Bad Bunny, like what?
I wouldn't say I know him. That's the first time I've ever listened to any of his music.
Okay. But you're familiar with who he is.
Yeah.
Like he's a global star.
I know Hernan really likes him.
Yeah.
And I know for the last month and a bit, he's been listening to his music as soon as he comes into the office.
Does he?
And he's like, Trev, you gotta learn.
You gotta get in on this.
Yeah, he's like, you gotta learn to dance to this. Like, girls absolutely love it. And I'm like, okay, I'll see what I can do there. But I thought it was cool. I thought he had swagger.
He does have swag.
He's got confidence. I was all for it. I didn't understand a single word, but I still thought it was pretty sweet. Like, I thought it was well done. Yeah. No complaints.
You give me a Lady Gaga cameo. That's good.
That Lady Gaga, Ricky Martin.
He shouted out all the countries in
he mentioned
America,
Canada
which was pretty
in
sweet.
there as well. I thought it looked entertaining to me. I
Everyone
didn't watch
looked like
it
they
as
were having a
closely
fun
as
time.
Yes.
Yeah. We also loved huge round of cheers at Selly's when he came out with no hat on.
That was a big one.
Because we had that one bet plus 400 that he wouldn't have a hat on during the show.
Is a hat kind of his thing?
Well, I mean, you can bet on anything.
We go? Oh, yeah,
right?
true.
So
okay.
that was a lock shop with Maddie and Eric, I think.
Yeah, it was.
That put that one up. So I was on that one last night. So that was a nice 4-1 return on my investment. So that was it was really good that he didn't have a hat on, at least. Anyway, what do you think of the halftime show? 780-218-99-99. I saw, just on my today's news on X.
Yes.
Which is a tough place to go and trust for today's news. But
really,
Bad Bunny's Spanish Super Bowl halftime draws record views and backlash.
No way.
A lot of people watched it,
yes,
but there was some backlash from it. Surprise.
Of course.
Surprise.
Of course.
As well. Well, I'm glad you got to stand up and watch the Super Bowl last night.
No better way to consume.
Yeah. The Sam Darnold story comes full circle.
Exactly. Yeah. We know how his career started. Then he had a little off-ramp in Carolina. San Francisco kind of gets the game figured out as he backed up Brock Purdy, right?
Yeah, and then off to Minnesota.
Minnesota, bang.
Back-to-back 14-win seasons. Only Tom Brady had done that. And then, not that he had to be brilliant yesterday.
No, he was good enough. He was good enough.
Looked after the football. When you have a defense like the Seahawks have, all you need. I don't want to use this term like derogatory, but you just need a game manager.
Yeah, that's fair.
To win that game because their defense was so strong. Like,
I don't see. I run counter on that term. A lot of people do use it in a derogatory fashion. I don't see it that way. Manage the game well, efficiently.
that's important.
It's hugely
He's a Super Bowl champion. Like, and he had that game against the Rams. He was awesome.
Yes.
Like, massive game.
Yes, he was.
Yesterday, he was 50%, 200 yards and a touchdown. No interceptions, was only sacked once.
What
There you go.
do you want?
When you have and not only do they have the defense, they had the running game as well. I thought even earlier in the game they should have ran Kenneth Walker more. He was running all over the New England Patriots. Walker finishes with 135 yards on 27 carries. Also had 26 yards through the air as well. And the Seattle Seahawks put together a hell of a run, end up taking home
Their second Super Bowl. They should have 3, but we don't
should
go
have
there.
3, but we don't need to talk about
there now
because they got one now. So that's a good one. 780-218-9999. Let's lay out the entire show for you. We'll dive into it. Our printer's not working properly. We're out of black toner, so I had to write out the whole show last night when I got here. Like, I was, if I was not happy. If I was in worse shape, I couldn't have done this. But because I was responsible last night.
This would not have happened.
How far have I
this
come
would not
since?
a long way.
Like 8 years ago at
this would not have happened at Bell Media. At 1260. No way. We would not be out of tone.
No. And Eric would definitely be in today.
Yes.
Because at 1260 it would have been like, there's no way you can have the day
optional
off.
skates.
Yeah, exactly. No. We're going to dive into, speaking of skates, we're going to dive into some lots to get to in the hockey world just after 6:30. All right, we got Connor McDavid's line mates at the Olympics. I see all the U.S. lines today were tweeted out. Maybe we'll dive into that a little bit. And are the Edmonton Oilers going to make a coaching change this week? What?
Come on.
We'll discuss.
Come on.
We'll discuss. Good, bad, and ugly around 6:45 today. Craig Button, who is a Patriots fan, he's going to join us. We'll start with his team coming up short. But we'll get his thoughts on McDavid with Wilson and Celebrini. McKinnon and Crosby also split up. They're going to run 3 guys down the middle. 3 of the best players ever down the middle. So that's a big one. And then we'll get his thoughts on this whole Oilers coaching, should they, shouldn't they thing. Should they or shouldn't they? We'll give you your keyword for the Cruise Flyaway Ultimate Sports Weekend Edition right after Craig Button today. Early bird bet of the day coming up around 7:25. 7:30 today. That's a good.
That's good.
And then Mike Teneer is going to join us from the Too Deep Zone on Substack. He'll be by around 7:45. Kind of easy trivia. You got that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Done.
And then
it's already done.
Yeah,
done last night.
You are committed.
Yes.
3 questions too many for the great Savage Park Mazda. That'll happen around 8:10. Gage is going to join us to talk some Super Bowl, talk some McDavid line mates, that stuff. And then the wrap for William Huff, all still to come as well. 6 o'clock hour in the Nielsen Show, brought to you by Ewell.
Ewell, your partner in power.
Ewell, your partner in power and source for all things electrical. They're the sponsor of the 6 o'clock hour. They've got the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online anytime at ewell.ca. Ewell, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. Did you check out the Kid? Did you check out the Kid Rock? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that would be great.
You know, have them
is
swing by.
Is that an electrical thing?
No, probably not.
They would probably do. Did you check out the Kid Rock halftime show?
I didn't.
No.
But I've just picked up a few things on Twitter, on X.
I turned it on briefly. I will say this about Kid Rock. I mean, he is about as white trashy as you can possibly be.
Easy now.
Easy. But, and I've said it multiple times, top 5 concerts I've been to all time, Kid Rock show is in there.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Where did you see him?
Here, the Old Barn.
Oh.
It was the Old Barn.
I watched him do a sound check at Commonwealth.
Did you?
Yeah. I don't know. What were they playing?
He came and opened for Bon Jovi at Commonwealth, I think.
I think
right. Tammy went. That was right before our wedding. And Tammy went with her friends, yeah.
And the Eskimos were practicing, and we sat down. A bunch of us just sat in the seats and listened to them play "Sweet Home Alabama."
Yeah. He I put on a phenomenal show in concert when I saw him a long time ago.
Sure, he would.
I popped over briefly. I barely saw. I didn't even know how much he was on that halftime show. I
But didn't you say, like, when you went there, the stream not working or it's
it looked like they were trying to,
or whatever?
Like the beginning of the stream was like going for 40 minutes, being like, the show will begin soon. And then
sounds like EST.
I think he did 2 songs, at least from what I saw.
Yeah.
And I like the part where he goes up there and he goes, my name is, like, that still gets me.
Well,
it still gets me. I disagree with a lot of his views, but I love when he goes, my name, and everybody, there's a good vibe there. There's a good vibe. All right. Connor McDavid gets his Zach Hyman on Team Canada. Tom Wilson gets the first crack with 97 and Celebrini on the other side. It's kind of exciting. I like that line.
Well, what's not to like about it?
I like that line. We're going to dive into the Canadian lines. Canadian women are playing later on this afternoon, so we'll keep tabs on that.
Right?
1 o'clock our time against Czechia.
We're going with Czechia, huh?
Or I think you can say it both ways.
Okay.
Czechia or Czechia. All right, it's one.
I've never heard Czechia.
No, but it could. You could.
I'm sure it could.
Like, what's the deal with silent C's?
Yes.
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. All right, keep those text messages coming in. We'll get to a few more of those as we work our way through the show this morning. Connor McDavid at the Olympics. We're going to dive into that a little bit coming up just after 6:30. Good, bad, and ugly from the weekend still to come as well. We've got a sports update. If you're listening on 95.7 this morning.
Variety that rocks.
That's right.
Yep.
We'll get you back to Classic Rock just after 9 o'clock. But right now, you're going to get a traffic update from Pauline Higgins, a couple minutes of commercials. Then you're right back with us. If you were online, any of our online platforms, sports update brought to you the fine folks over at Paramount Flooring. Are you ready to treat your feet?
Yes.
Visit them in store or online at ParamountFlooring.ca. Here's the update.
The Seattle Seahawks are your 2026 Super Bowl champions after defeating the Patriots 29-13. Seahawks Kenneth Walker becomes the first Super Bowl MVP running back in nearly 30 years after rushing 135 yards and 27 carries. Just moments ago, Megan Oldham wins bronze in Olympic freeski slopestyle with 76 points on her third and final run. It is Canada's second medal of the Winter Olympics thus far. Elsewhere at the Olympics, where Canada's mixed doubles curling team has been eliminated from playoff contention after losing to South Korea 9-5. They would, however, go on to win their final match against Switzerland 8-4 to finish with a 4-5 record at the Olympics. A few games in women's hockey today as Team Canada looks to stay undefeated when they take on Czechia. The Canadians beat Switzerland 4-0 in their opener on Saturday. Puck drop for this one goes at 1 o'clock, and the Americans take on Switzerland later on as well. For the men's, Team Canada had their first practice yesterday, which saw McDavid centering a line between Wilson and Celebrini. They don't play their first game until Thursday when they take on Finland. And Chris Gotterup is the Waste Management Phoenix Open champion after defeating Hideki Matsuyama in a playoff. Gotterup finished 16 under on the tournament. The Sports Update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Our in-house team handles everything from selections to completion, keeping projects on track and on time. Visit our showroom 7 days a week or at ParamountFlooring.ca. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in on TuneIn, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind? 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interests. Just Tati and Eric and all of the bad cats like Brzezinski and Noodles. Gadget and Gage it. Go to play Alberta to make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday Mandate. Sharky's always on time. Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number one in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We wanna hear some hot takes and we wanna hear Renee. Wanna hold the neck up when I wanna kiss away. Beat left the tire fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about what's his name? Macramella, Rapaport, Drager, and Teneer. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin in the tales of the north. I'll run him, give him present. Does he go on? What say you? AM Nasty Crew.
6:34.
We got the Nielson Show flu.
It is the Nielson Show. Dustin Nielson, Dave Jamieson with you. We are on 95.7 Cruise FM today. Actually, I wrangled in another listener over the weekend.
How so?
Marshall was playing at Bill Hunter yesterday,
Okay.
and I'm watching the game before, taping his stick. And there's a guy standing on the glass right next to me, and he looks at me. He goes, "Dusty." I said, "Hey, man." He goes, "God, I miss your show, man."
Oh.
I said, "Yeah." I said, "We're still going." He goes, "Yeah, but just online, right? Just streaming,
Just
right?"
streaming one of those
And
podcasts.
and I said, "No, actually." I said, "We're on radio again, and we're on FM this time." He was like, "What? What station?" I said, 95.7
Cruise FM, Variety that rocks.
Yeah. And so hopefully he's listening this morning. And then I told him after.
Did you catch the man's
I said,
name?
"Tell your friends." No, I didn't. You know what? I have to be better at asking people's names.
Right.
Yes.
And they say, "Hey,
Yeah.
are you Dustin?" And you say,
say, "Yeah, what's
"Yes,
your
I
name?"
am."
Sometimes
I'm
I
sorry,
would, but I
didn't
still
catch
can't
your name.
remember it.
Well,
That's the tough part.
write it down.
Yeah. Hampton Steve texts in and says, if the Grey Cup was ever as boring as the Super Bowl was last night, people will be calling for rule changes to promote more offense.
Yeah, move the goalposts. Yes. Well, there have been some lousy Grey Cups. I mean, they're not a ton, but you know, it's I hate to sound like an apologist for the CFL, which I guess in some ways I am at times. But you know, you could sort of cut the league some slack if it isn't as entertaining as you might like. But generally, it delivers.
Usually it delivers. Usually it's pretty good.
Because it's just sloppy enough.
Yeah. It's Library Pat texts in and says, Trev, you must be feeling better than on Friday since you're able to smash that update out of the park. There you go, Trev, eh? Big time bounce back. Big time bounce back.
Yes.
All right, let's dive into some hockey stuff. We'll come back around to the Super Bowl. We've got Craig Button, Mike Tanier, and Gage are scheduled to join us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Also hit Firehouse over the weekend too.
Oh,
post-hockey lunch for the kids.
Okay.
They loved it.
Well, as they should.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
If you haven't tried Firehouse yet, it's pretty yummy. All right, so let's start with Team Canada. Connor McDavid between Celebrini and Wilson.
I like.
Jamo, what do you think? What do you think of that trio?
Well, what's not to like about that trio?
I know. When I saw it pop up, I was like, oh, wow.
Wilson will slap people around and create space. Let the kid
go get the puck.
Go get the puck,
Connor.
Kid. Give it to 97.
Yeah. And then you got
I'd like to see
Celebrini
who
who's
they
having a
pair with
monster
them on
season.
defense. I'd like to see what the units look like.
Yeah, we'll see what they do once they start rolling them out. But I'm trying to think if I was designing,
if you're John Cooper,
I think that's probably what I would have wanted to go with. Celebrini on the left side and Tom Wilson on the right side, just to try. And nothing against Marner, nothing against Reinhart, but I'm very intrigued by Wilson, McDavid, and Celebrini. And imagine being Tom Wilson, like going from, let's say, 4 years ago. If you went to Tom Wilson and said, "Hey, not only
going to the Olympics,
not only are you going to be on Team Canada one day, I'm not even talking World Championship Team Canada. We're talking like that alone would have been like, oh, that's amazing,
right?
Instead, we're talking about you're on the Olympic team and you're riding shotgun with Celebrini and Connor McDavid. Like as far as
everyone who isn't a Capitals fan who hates him,
yeah,
for the kind of player he is, I think now you should appreciate how good Tom Wilson is.
Well, Cooper obviously does if he's going to give him
and they should
look up there.
That
right?
kind of player, there is a place and always will be in the NHL. Sorry. Has he taken bad penalties? Has he done dumb stuff? Yes.
He's dialed that stuff back a little bit.
Yes, he has.
Now it's still there in his game, like if he needs to.
But
crank
he's
it
a
up,
dangerous dog, and I love that.
Here's the rest of the Team Canada lineup. So McDavid with Wilson and Celebrini, McKinnon with Brad Marchand and Suzuki, Crosby with Marner and Stone, Horvat with Reinhardt and Hagel. And then Jarvis and Bennett will be your extras. Taves, Makar, Morrissey, Parayko, Harley, Doughty, Theodore, Sanheim. And we'll see. I mean, Theodore will be. Theodore's got to play ahead of Thomas Harley. I'm sorry. We'll see how that all sorts itself out. I'm a little surprised McKinnon and Crosby aren't together.
Well, that's. Yeah. I mean, after those commercials they did.
Yeah. Why would you not keep those guys together? McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby, and Horvat down the middle. I guess you could see Crosby slide into the Marchand spot and play with McKinnon and Suzuki if need be. Although I do like Suzuki getting up there and playing with McKinnon. Suzuki's a great player. I like him. I think he's. I think that's a nice fit.
I mean, outside of the Hyman exclusion from the team, I don't really have a problem with this roster. Like, I don't have, one of those sort of glaring, like that guy. I don't have one.
Yeah, I mean, some of those guys on the back end have not had good seasons, and they're being loyal to the team that won the Four Nations, right?
Correct.
So,
yeah.
Here's the U.S. roster, and the U.S. blue line
is
it's so much better than our blue line. I don't want to.
No, you could say
it is.
You could say, come on, man.
I mean, they've got Jake Sanderson as in their fourth pair right now. He's having a monster year, right?
Yeah.
So Eichel between the Tkachuk brothers, Matthews, the captain of the Americans, between Matt Boldy and Jake Gensel, Dylan Larkin with Thompson and Kyle Connor, and then one of Brock Nelson or Trocheck in between Miller and Jack Hughes, and then Clayton Keller's the extra there. And then on the back end, Quinn Hughes with McAvoy, Slavin with Faber, Hannafin with Werenski, and then Sanderson and Lacombe listed as the fourth pair as far as the lines go today. I mean, it's a great blue line. They should have pretty good goaltending. Eichel, Matthews, and Larkin pales in comparison to McDavid, McKinnon, and Crosby down the middle.
They're kind of the inverse of each other,
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Jill texts and says, any idea why Makar is wearing the A and not McKinnon? So it's Crosby, and then the A's are Makar and McDavid.
Yes.
And I'll say this, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's weird. I thought it would be McKinnon, but Makar's fine.
He's okay. He's more than fine. It's not like they had to settle for Cale Makar.
They probably gave a bunch of guys other A's they can wear under their jersey, just so they know they're a part of the leadership
shadow
group.
A.
Yeah.
Yes.
This one is in. It says, good morning, guys. Had you told Tom Wilson 4 years ago that he'd be playing with McDavid and Celebrini, his response would have been, who the hell is Celebrini? Like 4 years ago. That's a fair point. Thank you very much.
Could be early leader for text of the day.
I mean, it's a good one.
It's
a
smart
good one.
It's smart.
That's
We'll
a good
take
one.
smart.
Yeah, I'll make a little note of that.
Make a note of that one.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Keep the text messages rolling. Yeah, there's another one. 4 years ago, hey, Tom Wilson, in 4 years, you're going to be on the Olympic team, and you'll be in line with McDavid and Celebrini. Tom Wilson, who is Celebrini? So a few people having the same thought process on that one. Nolan from St. Albert says, Makar is going to get the C after Landeskog retires. McKinnon doesn't want to be the captain. So
really? He hasn't declared that, has he?
I don't think he's come out and said, I never want to be the captain of the team. But
wouldn't you find that odd for someone?
It'd be weird to declare that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that.
All right, let's do Oilers here, Jamie.
Clickbait.
Well,
yes, I know what you're doing.
Do you think there's a chance? I saw a lot of stuff pop up from different places over the weekend on like articles about should they make a coaching change? Will they make a coaching change? Will Paul Coffey come back to the bench? I would just keep going for now. But do you think there's any way the Oilers do something drastic this week?
Well, no, I don't think that is going to happen. However, there's enough in place in terms of the timing and the space. If you were going to make a move, a new guy could come in. Okay?
Yeah.
And are you bringing in new guy, and let's stay with Paul Coffey for now. Okay, the team is not here, so you can't work with the players.
Yeah.
You can't install anything. I don't see it happening. I just don't.
I'd be pretty stunned. For anybody who thinks they'll just bring Coffey back, Tommy said on the oil stream on Friday that he's heard from pretty good sources that if they helicopter Paul Coffey in here to fix things, Knobloch and his current coaching staff are going to be pissed. Like, they don't want Coffey coming back again. Like, you've taken him away, you've moved on, this is your staff. To me, it looks pretty dysfunctional if all of a sudden you're just going, Paul Coffey's going to come back for the final 20 games.
My take is it would look very desperate. And this isn't to discount what Paul Coffey apparently was able to do. And I say apparently, did do with that defensive unit. Okay?
Yeah.
Clearly, there was a good or great working relationship, and he was able to extract good performances out of, any number of people. But I think it would scream desperation. And maybe you believe that the Oilers are in a desperate situation right now. I don't see it as such. They need to be a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
But if Paul Coffey coming in is your Hail Mary pass.
If the Oilers were 6 points out of a playoff spot right now,
yes,
I'd understand.
Sure.
Trying to make it a legitimate conversation.
Trying to save our season.
Trying to be like, that's it. They need some sort of boost. They've been very meh most of the season, and they're still sitting here within striking distance of first place in the division.
Correct.
Right? A bad division, sure. But that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Go win it.
Yeah.
Have home ice for the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, even in a meh year where you're not going to come close to what your points totals were the last 4 years. The interesting thing is, what if they did decide to make a change and I'm just using this as an example. I'm not saying, but let's just say Pete DeBoer is the guy.
Well, he would be the leading candidate.
But do you bring him in and say, also Paul Coffey's going to be on the bench with you? Is that the only way to do that, do you think? As far as Coffey's concerned? Just tear it down?
What are you telling Pete DeBoer? Again, you're imposing Paul Coffey.
Yeah, but they've done that on other coaches in the past too, right?
Okay, and maybe that's a larger conversation. And I'm not going to use the term, you're saddling Coach X with Paul Coffey because clearly Paul Coffey, knows a thing or two.
Yeah.
About winning and about defense. But that dynamic, that whole idea of, you're the guy, but you got to take him. I wouldn't see that as tenable for a long time.
All right, what say you on this one? 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Shovelhead says, good morning, boys. I think a coaching change, if done, happens in the summer. Rusty texts in today and says, Knob and his staff can leave right now. Blue is in and says, hurt feelings don't win cups. What a line. Blue, I got to tell you.
There's another
amazing line.
Yeah.
Put it on a shirt.
Again,
I love
you can
merch.
order through Edmonton Sports Talk.
Yeah, hurt feelings don't win cups. If Knob and his coaching staff were doing a better job, there's a high probability that this team's defensive game would be better. Some questionable coaching and GM decisions this year. That one in from Blue so far this morning.
Did you see, I don't want to pull you off topic here, our friend Jim Matheson.
Yeah.
Who gets into little skirmishes,
He is highly entertaining.
Yeah, he is very, responding to somebody's tweet that Skinner was run out of town by the media.
I saw
and you're like,
him,
Jim,
yeah.
don't get involved. And then you go, get in there. Mix it up.
For him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it. I was just like, I'm going to stay out of this one.
Bait.
How much, most of the time, for an example, I would get ripped for defending Skinner too much.
Yes.
And then there was times where I was just like, I can't defend this guy right now. Like, look how he's, so I don't think the Skinner one was driven.
No, it wasn't driven by the
media.
media.
Well, Dave, you worked in this town for a long time on the other side of it too. That is a thing, though, right? Like, is it a thing?
Yeah,
the driving of a player out of
sure it is.
Yeah.
I mean, in Oiler, in the Oilerdom, you've got the Tom Poties and there are people that going to football. When you had columnists, in this town with clout, and the traditional media had the kind of influence it had. Yeah, I could say that comfortably that there was enough of a groundswell that led fans to turn against a player or a coach. And yes, I could. But in this day and age, I don't know. I don't see anyone with that kind of pull.
That's interesting.
I just don't.
Yeah.
Like Terry Jones did write some very strong columns. And you could see the tone of how this was going. And I'm not, I don't.
And everybody was reading the newspaper.
Everybody was reading it, and everybody was kind of taking their cue.
Yeah.
I don't see that now. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't really good people in this market doing good work, but it's different.
The influence.
Yeah, I just don't.
I think it's because there's so many other avenues where you can consume content.
Of course.
That not 100, or 1 million people are picking up the newspaper, reading Jones's article, ripping apart Jason Bond Sr.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's different. Hampton Steve says the media weren't the ones yelling at Skinner and his family at grocery stores. It got pretty bleak here. I think that's for sure. Miranda in YYC says, morning, guys. It should be desperate, but this division is a hot mess. So by comparison, we don't look quite as terrible. The issue seems to be a pathological avoidance of defensive play, which creates havoc from top to bottom. The coach does have an impact. Line management, player accountability, and special teams is all coaching. Also a problem this year. There's been no immediate fix without player changes.
Can I pose this question to you, Dust, and then I guess the audience? Just some of this perception around Knobloch, who, when he arrived here, so he's coming after Woodcroft, right?
Yeah.
And Knobloch presents himself as very calm and very measured, like just really, and for some, again, he presents himself very well to me, articulate and thoughtful, but there might be a significant part of this fan base that wants a coach to be more visibly pissed off.
We see people asking for that.
Right. And I just wonder sometimes if he is seen through that lens. Knobloch, again, obviously very intelligent guy. I don't know, I'm not there, how he communicates to the players. I can see the on-ice results or lack of, but I just wonder sometimes. Because in something like this, the go-to is, well, they need torts.
Yeah.
That's what this team needs.
Bring in fire, right? Like, yeah.
Okay, and that works for about 5 games.
I will say this about Knobloch. I've been pretty impressed. Even though sometimes I'm like the other day when Leon was like spitting fire and Knobloch was the same. Like he's so even keeled that, and it impresses me that he's managed to stay the same way since he got here, despite all the ups and downs that they've had.
Tells
good times
me
and bad
he's
times.
true to himself.
Yeah.
Like that's who he actually
that's
is.
Not a
and
show.
That's a
like
quality.
That's,
that's an absolutely.
We also don't know if he's going in the back and losing it on guys,
right?
And then coming up and just being extremely composed with the media.
Yeah, I don't. And if he's doing that, okay, then he's a pro. But I also know this world. Sometimes you have to show. You have to be demonstrative.
Yeah.
And I wonder if at times that factors into how people view Knobloch and the job he's doing.
What do you think? 780-218-9999. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Let's get into our good, bad, and ugly from the weekend. J-Mo, you can take the reins first. What's your good from the weekend? What'd you like the most?
Well, it's Seattle defense.
Seattle.
I don't.
Beyond good. That's
as good as Kenneth Walker III was, and Darnold was efficient, and is the quarterback of record. No, that's Seattle. Collectively, that Seattle defense was good and very good.
We were talking about it before we went on the air today. What's the most memorable moment from this year's Super Bowl? 10 years from now, when somebody goes, Darnold versus May, Seahawks, Patriots, go. And I think you probably nailed it with the scoop and score.
Scoop
to
and score
seal
would
it
be,
away.
but
Like,
I mean, come on, Dust. As time passes, it's not a memorable in the moment. Iconic, no. The only other one would, and when you asked that, I said, well, I guess the Hollins catch was kind of cool, but at that point, it didn't
was a
matter.
nice catch.
Yeah, but it didn't
a
matter.
nothing burger in the game. Yeah.
So no, I don't have a moment.
Trev, do you have a good from the weekend? Well, here we go.
Well, yes, I do.
Okay.
Oh no.
My good is I'm just going to go with the opening ceremonies. I love
you like that, eh?
I've always loved that from when I was a little boy to now being almost 30. I still love it. And it was awesome. The ovation that Canada got, I think they said it was the third loudest, which is pretty cool. And then just seeing all the smaller countries, the countries that are just repping like two athletes.
Yes.
Like you see Canada.
Those guys are hilarious.
Yeah,
They're
and they're just dancing. They're just living their best life. That was so heartwarming. When I saw that, and I was just sick and just dying on my couch, I was like, that's nice.
They're coming out and they're
living their best
And you almost
life.
want to point and be like, oh, they think they're going to get a medal. You know, like, but that's their dream. It's
Yeah.
I think it's
Cannot
pretty
take
impressive.
that away from them.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah. All right. My good from the weekend is I do like the fact that Tom Wilson's with Connor McDavid.
Okay.
I'm very intrigued to see if he can pull off like much quicker Patrick Maroon, but on the Olympic level. Remember Patty Maroon with McDavid, the big fella? Just get to the net. I wonder if Tom Wilson goes and does that.
He'll post up in the blue paint.
Yeah, just get to the front.
Just
of the net,
get
man.
to the front.
Connor
Stay
McDavid
there.
will literally bounce it off your stick.
Yes.
And into the net. What's your bad from the weekend?
The entertainment value of Super Bowl 60.
Just in general.
Just in general.
Yeah.
In football, the ball, and this has been proven, there's science behind this. In football, a typical football game, the ball is in play for 11 minutes. Okay? In play.
Okay.
Running past. It didn't feel like 11 minutes of football. It felt like there might have been 3 quality minutes out there.
That's fair.
It was devoid of entertainment.
Trev, what's your bad from the weekend?
Well, it's no surprise here being sick, missing the Super Bowl party. No word of a lie, I coughed for like 5 straight hours. Non-stop coughing. Just didn't stop. I don't know, just a tickle in the back of my throat. Just never ended.
Do you have an inhaler?
Yes.
Is it one of those red and white steroid ones?
Yes.
Get on
That you have to suck in. It's a little bit differently.
Oh, I was sucking it.
Yeah.
Nothing helped. Nothing. It was brutal. So that sucked. It was just brutal. Brutal weekend. Couldn't spend it with people on Sunday. That sucked.
That
as
does
well.
suck, yeah.
I wanted to spend it with you guys.
Yeah, man, we missed you there. You were missed.
Thank you.
My bad was just at the first 3 quarters of Super Bowl, we got 4 field goals, and that was it. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, you can like a defensive battle if you want, but that was
They got
awful.
a hell of a
Like
kicker.
the first 3 quarters.
They got a great kicker, though.
Yeah,
He's very good.
Could have been the MVP.
Yes.
All right, what's your ugly from the weekend?
Lindsey Vonn.
That's
Come on.
That sucked.
If you watched it live or, the 5,000 times it's been replayed, it's a tough watch.
She's battling with the ACL injury.
Yeah.
And then goes out there.
And her other knee has been replaced. Okay.
Did it not look like she was off, right? The line, did she not? The line looked off.
Yes.
Like the ACL had to have been, like
it was
letting her down there. And
Yes.
then
Yes.
to catch her pole on a gate.
Right.
And just, I think they say, full send it. Isn't that a thing in sports like this? Trev, I think that's it.
That was
isn't
a
it?
full send. Yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That sucked.
That was grim. And then to hear her screams and all of that stuff.
Awful
It's-
stuff,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That's definitely the ugly. What's your ugly, Trev?
Well, as I was laying on my couch, if you don't know, Dusty's been trying to get me to watch Arlington Road
It's ugly.
for maybe a few weeks now, almost a month.
Yeah,
The
almost
Big
a month.
Lebowski for over a year.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
So-
I brought both of the DVDs
He
to
gave me the hard copies last week.
solid.
I hope your ugly is your DVD player wasn't working properly.
Well, you're spot on, Dusty. I don't know what's going on. My Xbox.
Seriously?
My Xbox wouldn't play the
Oh,
movies.
thank God. I thought you thought Arlington Road sucked.
I was like, there's no better time than right now than to watch these movies. Right? I'm down and out. It was just.
I'm
it was just.
impressed you've got a DVD player.
Well, it was my Xbox.
It's his Xbox.
Oh, God.
And it was.
But they
it was
usually
trying.
read DVDs.
It was. You could hear it. It was like it was making all these sounds. and
Dust.
nothing.
Dust in there.
Nothing.
Yeah. Did you blow on it?
I was blowing. I was.
You were blowing and sucking all weekend.
My inhaler. I was blowing on this DVD.
Welcome to the show, J-Mo.
Yeah.
So you still haven't got to watch it. So is this your long way of asking me to get you a DVD player?
No.
Yes.
I'll figure it out. But yeah, I have time to figure it out. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe
Unplug it. Plug it back in quickly.
Okay, yeah, that I think I tried that though, J-Mo. Nothing's working. So yeah, I'll see if when my pops comes up, I could borrow his DVD, something like that.
Thank God. I thought you were going to say
Blu-ray
it was
disc.
ugly.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still have yet to see it. So
Okay.
That's. It was ugly, man. That was my
Man,
weekend. You should have
just
seen
had
my
a
face.
horrible weekend, dude.
Yeah, I just turned off the TV and just saw my reflection. And I just
Your
looked
basement
terrible on
isn't
my
still
TV.
flooding, is it?
No.
Do you
that's
imagine
fixed.
that too?
Oh, geez. Cherry on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would suck.
With your Russian landlord who's
Oh,
shirtless.
geez. Yeah,
Yeah.
shirtless landlord coming down.
Man, I can't believe that. I'm so disappointed in your Xbox, man.
Yeah. So then I went and had a bath.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Vince Van Vandervan says, I like how Dusty was worried about Arlington Road because we all know it's impossible for anyone to think that the Big Lebowski sucks. That's it. I know you'll love the Big Lebowski. It's the other one that I'm a little nervous about.
It must be respected.
All right, that's the 6 o'clock hour. It has been brought to you by Ewell, your Edmonton-based partners in power and source for all things electrical. 3 Edmonton area locations. Check out their website, ewell.ca. We've got New England Patriots fan Craig Button on the other side of 7 o'clock. We'll get his thoughts on Tom Wilson riding shotgun with Celebrini and McDavid. We'll get his thoughts on a possible coaching change here in Edmonton.
Would Craig do it?
He'll say no. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure what he'll say.
Don't want to prejudge?
Yeah, we'll find out. Don't go anywhere. Normology. Where were you last night, man? Everybody was wondering, where's Normology at the Super Bowl party? Anyway, it says Value Village for the DVD player. Trev, I'm going to go to Value Village. I'm going to buy you a DVD.
Well, I can do that. They're
Let it
cheap.
be my treat for Arlington Road.
$10, eh?
Probably even less, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll find a really old one that looks good, and hopefully it'll work for you. All right, Craig Button's coming up. Also, Mike Teneer on the Super Bowl in the 7 o'clock hour. We've got a sports update right now. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, what is it, Dave? It's
a variety that rocks.
Variety that rocks,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah. If you're listening over there right now, we've got a traffic update coming up with Pauline Higgins and a couple minutes of commercials, and you're back with us. If you are online with us this morning, sports update right now brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. 780-970-4834. Here's Trev with the update.
The Seattle Seahawks are your 2026 Super Bowl champions, knocking off the New England Patriots 29-13. Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker was named Super Bowl MVP after a dominant performance, rushing 135 yards on 27 carries, becoming the first running back to earn the honor in nearly 30 years. Just moments ago, Megan Oldham captured bronze in free ski slopestyle, posting a 76-point score in her final run. It marks Canada's second medal of the game so far. In curling, Canada's mixed doubles team was eliminated from playoff contention following a 9-5 loss to South Korea, but they closed out their Olympic run on a high note with an 8-4 win over Switzerland, finishing with a 4-5 record. On the ice, Team Canada's women's hockey team looks to remain undefeated today as they face Czechia. The Canadians open the tournament with a 4-0 shutout over Switzerland on Saturday. Puck drop is set for 1 o'clock. The United States will also take on Switzerland later today. On the men's side, Team Canada hits the ice for practice for the first time yesterday, with Connor McDavid centering a line between Tom Wilson and Macklin Celebrini. Canada opens the tournament play this Thursday against Czechia. On the PGA Tour, Chris Gotterup claimed the Waste Management Phoenix Open, defeating Hideki Matsuyama in a playoff after finishing 16 under for the tournament. And in the NBA, Scotty Barnes poured in 25 points to lead the Raptors to a 122-104 win over the Pacers last night. Tonight's NBA slate features 10 games, including the Lakers hosting the Thunder, the Grizzlies facing the Warriors, and the Cavaliers squaring off against the Nuggets. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. Call 780-970-4834.
Having some beers.
Hot tub, peekaboo.
Laughing so hard you just are in tears.
Hot tub, peekaboo.
Sunday afternoon, what should you do? Hop in the hot tub for some peekaboo.
Hot tub, peekaboo.
Splashing around.
Hot tub, peekaboo.
It's going down.
Hot tub, peekaboo.
Where are you now?
Hot tub, peekaboo.
Better not drown. Family's coming home, just 10 minutes to play.
Wings, beers, and a hot tub.
Trev's favorite day.
Hot tub, peekaboo.
Splashing around.
Hot tub, peekaboo.
It's going down.
Hot tub, peekaboo.
Where are you now?
Hot tub, peekaboo.
Better not drown.
Hot tub, peekaboo.
Splashing around.
Hot tub, peekaboo.
It's going down.
Hot tub, peekaboo.
Where are you now?
Hot tub, peekaboo.
Better not drown. Blue guys play is having some beer. Laughing so hard you just are in tears. Sunday afternoon, what should you do? Hop in the hot tub for some peekaboo.
7:06.
Hot tub peekaboo.
It is the Nielson Show, simulcast on 95.7 Cruise FM this morning. Tell your friends that the Nielson Show is back on the radio. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio this morning. You're looking for a bite to eat at lunch today, 3-piece bone-in chicken, just $8 at all Popeyes locations. The Nielson Show today and every day, brought to you by the crew over at Weiss Johnson.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Check them out, weiss-johnson.com today. You can text us anytime in the Paris Jewelers inbox. One of your text messages will take home the Royal Pizza text of the day. And, of course, all of Edmonton Sports Talk presented to you by Play Alberta. Download the Play Alberta app or check out playalberta.ca. Second hour of the show, let's lay this bad boy out for you. We've got Craig Button coming up here right away. We've got the keyword for the Dave. Don't let me forget this when we're done with Button. We got to do the keyword. So we'll do the keyword coming up for that Ultimate Sports Weekend Edition. It's a great trip. It's a great trip. We're going to do that. Early bird bet of the day. That's a good for the Italian Center. Mike Teneer will pop by as well. The 7 o'clock hour of the show presented to you by GameSense. Win gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca. Learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense. All right, to the Firehouse Subs hotline here, and our GS Construction hockey insider and analyst, Craig Button. GS has been proud to serve our community and work alongside incredible people for over 50 years. For more details, visit gsconstruction.ca. All right, Craig, sorry to rip off this Band-Aid, man. I know you're a Patriots fan. I know you're hoping that they'd pull it off, but in the end, defense wins championships, I guess, and the Seahawks had a pretty damn good one last night, didn't they?
Yeah, they were great. I mean, I know everybody goes back to, I think it was 86 with the Bears and how great that defense was. And that defense was really good. But what did they win that game? Like 75-3?
Yes.
But the defense last night, the Patriots couldn't get anything going. I mean, their first touchdown's a prayer pass. And Drake May, I mean, what really showed for Drake May was that he's still young, and the Seattle Seahawks were fantastic. I thought Sam Darnold managed that game so well too. I mean, he recognized what was going to work, and he wasn't going to try to force anything. And if anything, I mean, going into the game, I mean, my head said that the Seattle Seahawks were the better team. Once you started watching it, your eyes said, "Ooh, unless they make a mistake, the Patriots are going to have a tough time having a chance to win the game." And that's
that was confirmed. You're right. Probably like late in the first quarter, you're like, "Uh-oh." I don't know if New England's going to be able to get anything.
They didn't have the
going
juice.
there.
They didn't have enough.
That was pretty impressive last night. So, congratulations to Sam Darnold and the Seahawks on their Super Bowl championship last night. All right. So the Olympics.
Just quickly too, Justin. Just so you know, like we all root for teams, right? Like I don't. You'll never see me crying my eyes out when the team I root for loses. Like, I mean, it's sports. I love sports. I love watching the drama of sports, the back and forth, the suspense of sports. But I'm not one that's going to have my life affected in a negative way if my team loses. Not a chance.
I would say this, for show purposes, it would have been way better if you were sobbing like a child this morning.
Yes.
When we brought you on. That would have been, been pretty good. I like that.
There's two things that I'm trying to push for. Okay? At TSM with the World Junior Tournament. Like, unless a player does something spectacular, don't show the parents. Like, I'm sick and tired. I think the parents are sick and tired of being shown on the screen at every turn. So that's the number one. And the other thing, too, stop with showing the crying kids when Team Canada loses.
Yeah, my wife hates that, and the kids. Like kids, they watch it. They're like, "Oh, I'm so sad."
Just run everything.
Yeah, Craig, you got to be close to becoming a producer anyway at TSN, right? Like, just make the call on this stuff.
Yeah,
come on. I'm going to text Chris Edwards today and say Button is not happy with the amount of shots we have of parents on the World Juniors.
Make sure you send it to him and tell him I'm blaming it on him.
Yeah.
him or Franklin are going to get the blame here.
Yeah, they're going to get a text. Well, I guess it's afternoon in Italy. Although Eddie was texting me he's texting me last night about the Super Bowl, and I'm like, isn't it the middle of the night? In Italy, he goes, yeah, it's 4:30 right now, but it's a Super Bowl, and I don't have to do a game until 1:30. So he was committed to the Super Bowl last night. All right, let's dive into this Olympic thing. What'd you think of Wilson and Celebrini with McDavid at the first skate?
Well, I thought it was interesting. First of all, let me back up before my thoughts were. When I saw it, my initial thing is, well, you know what they're doing. They're just trying to get their legs about them. They're trying to, get off the plane, get moving, and everything that goes with it. But with it comes, hey, let's see how it looks. I never thought that Tom Wilson playing with Connor McDavid was a bad idea. If you're not going to have Zach Hyman, why not have a guy like Tom Wilson, who's a top player who carves out space? And you know what I've said about this, Dustin and Dave? I believe that Connor McDavid will have the brightest spotlight on him, will carry the greatest responsibility, and he's not going to shy away from that. So what do you want to do? You want to set him up as best as you can. I really believe that. And I think Tom Wilson can do that in a lot of ways. If you don't have Zach Hyman, well, I think that Wilson can do that, because not only can he carve out space because he can skate and because he's big, other opponents are now going to be pushed away is what Tom Wilson does, which we saw how Connor McDavid can sweep in and take advantage of that space. So I like it. We'll see how Celebrini play. Like, what surprised me was Crosby playing center. It wasn't so much Celebrini playing left wing. It was Crosby playing center, because I still see Crosby with McKinnon.
Craig Button with us on the show today. Just, it's interesting because McDavid at the Four Nations didn't light the world on fire. Remember, you're still like, okay, and then he scores the winning goal, and you're like, okay, maybe that's the passing of the torch for Hockey Canada from Sid to Connor, because he got the big goal. Is this where that really becomes a thing, Craig? Like, does this become, I know Sid's the captain and he should be, but is this Connor McDavid's international coming out party on the biggest stage, his first time in the Olympics? Does he take this tournament over, do you think?
Well, I mean, I think that's why I say there will be no brighter spotlight on any hockey player than the one on Connor McDavid, for exactly that reason. And when it comes to hockey in Canada, yes, absolutely it is. And certainly Connor is excited. It's 12 years since the NHL players participated. And so a whole generation of players is coming to the Olympics for the first time. And Connor leads that generation. He is the leader of that generation. There is no question about it. So to me, yes, this could be the passing of the torch. And to your point, yeah, I mean, at the most critical time, he scores the goal that mattered. But through that tournament, it was I don't want to say it was a struggle, but it was always trying to find who can work with Connor, who can work with him, how's he going to feel, trying to get there. And ultimately he delivered when it mattered the most. But I never thought they found the right pairs with him. I never thought they did.
Yeah.
Greg, we know how the Oilers have played, certainly right before the break. We heard what Leon had to say. Is this a team that needs a coaching change of some description, either the head coach or one of the assistants, or leave it untouched? If you were in a position of power, you're running this team, would you be looking at that now?
No, certainly not with Chris Knobloch. I think you're always, Dave, I think you're always looking. I mean, the relationship with respect to the coach and the players, to me, is one where, the players have to believe in what the coaching staff is doing. And, we measure it by the results. And I think that Leon's comments were ones of frustration. I think that they were true. And he didn't just point the finger in one area. He pointed in a lot of different areas. And I think when somebody that's earned the right to speak, like Leon Draisaitl has, you better listen. You better listen. Hey, okay, where do you think? And so you don't just go to Leon or to Connor or you talk to Chris. Okay, Chris, what do you think about these comments? Okay, where do you think you can get a little bit of help? Where do you think you need a lot more help? And you have to have that conversation. As difficult as it may be, if you don't have it, then you're letting something not be addressed. And maybe it doesn't get addressed with anything. But if you don't talk about it and you don't see where it's headed, or you don't understand where this could head, both positively or negatively, then I don't think you're being true to yourself. I think that the Oilers have a team construction problem. I don't think they have a coaching problem. I think the construction of the team is flawed. I think they have 7 forwards and 4 defensemen, and that leaves you 7 skaters short. And hey, listen, they made the move on the goaltending. We can talk about the goaltending until we're blue. Has to improve. But when you're 2 defensemen short and 4 forwards or 5 forwards short, you got no depth. And the reason Chris Knobloch always has to go back to the well with those guys is because the rest of the group, the bottom end of the group, can't carry play. They can't carry play of any significance or any importance. I think this is on management to try to find. I think management screwed it up in 2024, quite frankly, Dave. When they traded Ryan McLeod, they didn't match the offer sheet with Broberg and Holloway. They traded Ceci, who was a really good right shot bottom pair defenseman, a really good part of the penalty killing. They lose Corey Perry last summer. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we're going to talk about the coach? Management has failed the team to this point.
Okay, so I want to follow that up because we're watching them this season, and they're on pace for about 90 points. Which in this division will be enough to get them into the playoffs. But the last 4 years, they've had like 103, 104, 105 points. If you're this management team right now, Craig, and you're sitting there and you got this time to sort of discuss things, can you ever not be all in a Connor McDavid year? Like, can you look at your team and go, man, like you mentioned, like they might be 3 or 4 pieces away. So can you sit there and go, we're not going to be able to address this before the deadline. Let's save our assets, get after it in the offseason. Or because you have Connor McDavid and he only has 2 years left after this year, you got to be doing everything you possibly can right now for this season.
Yeah, so what I would say, Dustin, I think you nailed it. It's 2 parts. Okay, so whatever your limitations are now, I don't want to hear how hard it is to make a trade. I don't want to hear how hard it is to try to get help for your team. So you might not be able to go as big leading into the trade deadline as you can in the offseason, but that should not prohibit you from trying to improve this team. They need a third line center, full stop.
Yeah.
I believe that if they can get a third line center, that should be their immediate. I think that should be their immediate priority. That's the one that you have to find a way to get, because without it, I think they'll continue to struggle. And you're right. The Pacific Division is not one of strength. It's not like the Oilers can't get through the Pacific Division. Now, that being said, then you get to the summer, and then you're going to have to look at trying to bolster the lineup in a significant way, because you nailed it. Like, you have to be all in. You're all in with what you have now, right, in terms of what your dollars are, and then you're going to have to be even more all in the summer to bolster this roster. Because anything less than that is a failure, and it's and you're letting down two of the greatest players that are playing the game right now.
So, Craig, if to go back to your comment about 4D and 7 forwards, to make a move of some substance, are you going to have to give up a blue chipper, one of those top 7, to do something of substance? Give up value to get it.
I think it depends who you're trying to get as your third line center. Is it short term? Is it just for this season? Is it somebody that can play for another season or another couple of seasons? And then also, you're also having discussions on what may be available in the off season. So you have to factor all those together. I mean, I'm not giving up Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. I'm not giving up Zach Hyman. So really where we start to get to is who are you prepared to give up? Are you prepared to give up Podkolzin? I would say no. That would be a step back, right? But if you're talking about Robert Thomas, and I'm just spitballing.
Yeah, sure.
Well, then you have to open up your mind there. But again, you start to look at, like, would you give up Isaac Howard for a third line center? I would.
What about Trocheck?
Well, okay, so you're getting.
He's got a couple years left.
Right?
The Rangers suck. I mean,
yeah, that's the point. So would you give up Isaac Howard? I would do it in a second. Bye. Then I love Isaac Howard. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, but like what that type of player right now is coming in to help you right now. Now, and he's got term left. Absolutely, you're trading nice or Matty Savoy or whoever. Like those aren't blue chippers to me, Dave. Those are guys that like you have that I think are NHL players and have lots of potential. But you get Vinny Trocheck, yeah, you're making that move every day of the week.
Well, that'll be interesting. Yeah. We got a hockey tournament, a couple of hockey tournaments, men's and women's here, and then trade deadline, and that's going to be a whirlwind of a week. I can't wait for that. Craig, we appreciate the time, man. Sorry again about your Patriots. I know you're not weeping, but it's okay if you are. It's okay to be passionate. That's all right. And we'll catch up with you next week.
I got to enjoy 6 Super Bowls. I'm not going to be fussed.
Yeah, you're good.
You're doing okay. Craig. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, get out of here, Craig.
One of those wins was on that unbelievable play when they decided not to hand it off to Marshawn Lynch. So.
Oh, yes. We remember.
Good stuff, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay.
There you go.
See you later.
That's Craig Button hanging it on management. And we did the thing on Friday where we were ranking it. And
take that clip.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you how to do your job, YouTube.
Yeah.
That right there is the distillation of the Oilers as they are now.
Yeah. The way he described that team, how they are right now. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. They have a team construction problem.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's 100% bang on. Like, that's why I'm sitting there going, okay, so let's say, and I don't think they will, but let's say they were to change the coach.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
New coach comes in. Does the new coach all of a sudden go Connor, Leon, Nuge down the middle? There's your third line center. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is your third line center.
Okay.
And then what does he go? Okay, well, that means you have to play Matthias Janmark more on the left wing with one of these guys. Like, they're kind of operating.
Well, they're really stuck.
That's the thing. Like, they're operating
really
from
flexibility.
Your only options are those 5 guys that they really like in the top 6, and then Kapanen's up there right now as well. And outside of Matty Savoy, And I guess you could play Roslovic up on the wing. He's produced well there, but they haven't seemed to go back to that. I don't know if Leon if his style of game doesn't work with Roslovic, but they've kept Roslovic since Kapanen came back. Roslovic hasn't gotten a sniff. Well, maybe the odd sniff a little bit here or there in game with adjustments, but nothing of significance. I do think that Button nails it when he says they've got a roster construction problem.
The fact that he offered up Isaac Howard, who he likes a great deal. But when you threw Vinny Trocheck in there,
well,
we're having a conversation.
First, I wasn't sure he should be on the U.S. Olympic team, but he is. And he's got a couple years left, and he only makes like just over $5 million. And he can be your third line center, and you probably could leave him there. But if you had to, you could bump him up, play on the wing with somebody. But you want to leave him in a spot there, third line center, and build a line around it. Andrew, the accountant, says, wow, almost like everyone said hiring a GM would inherit a stacked roster and having McDavid's agent run the team was an awful idea. Yeah, I would I don't want to say, well, no, I guess it's not unfair. I don't want to sit here and be overly negative, but I mean, I think it's okay to say that this team has been trending in the wrong direction since Kenny Holland left.
Yes.
Right?
That's not unfair.
I don't think that's, I think that's probably accurate. So it's time for Jackson and Bowman to right this ship. And I think it has to probably be done in the offseason.
There. It's Bowman's team with Jackson oversight. Maybe we'll never understand. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. But on Jackson's watch, Broberg, Holloway, McLeod, right?
Yeah, that was on Jackson's watch.
Okay.
780-218. Well, that was a good run. And they decided to switch it up a little bit.
Right.
And got back.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see where this goes before the deadline. I worry that
Kane's departure, I'm fine with. Totally fine. And
losing Corey Perry, I think, hurt the room.
Yes.
I worry that prior to the deadline, there's a full-blown panic move that ends up being a huge overpay and accomplishes nothing in the long term.
That's why I asked the question about what you would call blue chip. And you know the names, so I don't have to repeat them.
Yeah.
Where you go, okay, we gotta do something big here, and you give up Nurse. And there may be a bunch of people out there who say, yes,
you can't do any of it without their approval.
Right.
And the players are just going to dictate that they're staying, which makes it even a little bit more difficult. Let's get to a couple text messages on this. The Gord father says the good news about roster construction issues are at least they didn't commit term to fourth liners and lots of no movement clauses. Oh, wait. La Bamba guy says news should be the third line center. I will die on this hill. They will never succeed without spreading the talent around. And Sheldon on a parts desk texts in and says, boys, why are we not talking about a GM change? Bowman was a bad hire when we got him, and he's only proven how bad he is since he's been here. Yeah, but he hasn't been here that long.
Is he into a full? Is this a second full season?
This would be his second off season.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I got a keyword for you.
I was just going to remind you. I wrote down keyword.
Yes, I know.
Dustin, what about the keyword?
And we'll get to your Play Alberta Early Bird Bet of the Day here in just a moment as well. But Cruise FM and Macquarie College are presenting the Cruise Flyaway Ultimate Sports Weekend Edition. It's powered by River Cree Resort and Casino, Rocket Out Salon, Smile Haven, and Solera Hot Tubs and Patio. I'm going to give you the keyword. You're going to text it to the Cruise contest line, 780-989-0957. We've got a trip to Los Angeles just waiting for you here, April 9th to 12th. Round trip flights, money for accommodations, a double header on Friday, April 10th. Dodgers and Rangers in the afternoon, Lakers and Suns in the evening, and then the very next day, possible playoff preview as Edmonton takes on the Los Angeles Kings.
Oh.
All you have to do is text the keyword to 780-989-0957. Today's keyword is win. Easy. I don't even need to spell this one for you.
No.
You should be able to have this text.
All caps.
Text win.
Yeah.
One word. WIN. Text win to 780-989-0957. That's win, not to our text line, but to the Cruise contest line. 780-989-0957. 7. Best of luck, everybody. Try to get in the mix for what's going to be an awesome, awesome trip presented to you by 95.7 Cruise FM and MacMe College. Lots of text messages continuing to roll in, and maybe we'll come back around to some of this conversation on the others. We got that's good coming up, and Mike Teneer on the Super Bowl as well. Play Alberta early bird bet of the day. Jim, will you ever sprinkle on the association?
No, not recently. No,
not recently.
No,
Might have to.
I got to dial back into the association. I've sort of taken a bit of I don't know why.
It's understandable, Dave. That's
how you just step back.
Yeah, I think it's important. Right, you can't be.
No, I can't be all over.
All
everything.
in all the time. No. That's a bit of a
But
a
I
tough
am
one.
missing out. I think on some good Raptors play right now.
Actually, Raptors have had a.
They are resurgent under Bobby Webster.
They're surprised me a lot this year, the Toronto Raptors have. Yeah. All right, so we could go. We could go to the. Where do you come out on betting on the Olympics?
I'm all over it.
Yeah, you are.
I'm all
you
over
are
it.
a
Huge. I'm a degen.
Yeah.
I'm a degen. Yes. Well, I mean, why should I have some
I don't
misgivings?
part of me's like
because they're amateurs.
That's what. Yeah. But I mean, I've bet on sketchier things, I guess.
Do you want to share?
No. Well, I bet on Obama's inauguration speech. That's the worst one for me. That's when I was like, you got
the length?
Length and opening words.
Oh.
And I hammered the length, but he opened, he didn't give me the opening words. I was furious. I was sitting in the news department at the Country 95, Rock 97.9.
What did he open with? My name is.
No, I thought he was going to open with Change Has Come to America.
Oh, okay.
Right? Perfect.
Well, sure.
Laid it right out there. Change has come to America between 18 and 23 minutes. And I didn't get the changes come to America. I was furious.
What did he?
I can't remember. I can't even remember what he opened with. But it wasn't changes come to America, and I was.
We got to fight for your right
I
to
was
party.
Maybe that's
what he opened with. Yes.
All right. I'll put together a little 2-gamer tonight in the NBA. Let's see here. Let's go. Bulls.
Pelicans.
Do you want the Pelicans?
No one does.
I do.
Oh, okay.
They're actually a 7.5-point favorite tonight because they're playing the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, yes.
We'll go Bulls. We'll go Pelicans. And we'll go Bulls, Pelicans, and Golden State against Memphis.
Grizzlies.
And I'll get that boosted up. It'd probably be about plus 235-ish when it's all said and done. Bulls, Pelicans, Warriors. We've hit back-to-back NBA parlays on the show. So,
come on.
Yeah, I know. We're big association city. Bulls, Pelicans, and Warriors. I'll send that over to the team at Play Alberta. Play Alberta, title sponsor of EST. You'll find that on the EST specials page. By the time we got to kickoff yesterday, I think we had over 20 specials up in that page at Play Alberta. They probably made a killing off of us. We were all over the overs.
Good business. EST is good business.
The game sucked. Well. All right, on the way next. That's so good. But a lot of text messages on this Oilers conversation, so we might just keep that going. And then Mike Teneer, 7:45 today on the Seahawks Super Bowl win. Congratulations to all you Seahawks fans on a Super Bowl championship.
That would go, today's Monday. They usually do like midweek.
Probably Wednesday. Is it a Wednesday parade? Maybe a Tuesday parade? Tuesday might be a little bit too quick. Although you'd be pre-planning for it, right?
You would have pre-planned.
Maybe it's a Wednesday. When does that parade happen? Fly down there, catch a fish.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to a sports update. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, stick around, a couple minutes of commercials, quick traffic update with Pauline Higgins so you know what's up for your commute this morning. Then you're back with us. If you're on iHeartRadio or TuneIn Radio or YouTube today, we've got a sports update with YouTube Trev here. It's brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, who has a lawn chair set up at Pike Place, saving his spot for the parade. That's always a good one. Hey, take the lawn chair down, save the spot for the parade.
You're committed.
You're in.
Yeah.
You're in there early. But then other people come and go, what's going on here? You're not even sitting in your chair. It doesn't matter.
Nope, my chair.
I'm saving it.
Yeah.
983 First Street in Sherwood Park. Here's the update.
Seattle Seahawks are your 2026 Super Bowl champions after defeating the Patriots 29-13. Seahawks Kenneth Walker becomes the first Super Bowl MVP running back in nearly 30 years after rushing 135 yards on 27 carries. An hour ago, Megan Oldham wins bronze in Olympic free ski slopestyle with 76 points on her third and final run. It is Canada's second medal of the Winter Olympics thus far. Elsewhere at the Olympics, where Canada's mixed doubles curling team has been eliminated from playoff contention after losing to South Korea 9-5. They would, however, go on to win their final match against Switzerland 8-4 to finish with a 4-5 record at the games. A few games in women's hockey today as Team Canada looks to stay undefeated when they take on Czechia. The Canadians beat Switzerland 4-0 in their opener on Saturday. Puck drop goes at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and the Americans take on Switzerland later on as well. For the men's, Team Canada had their first practice yesterday, which saw McDavid centering a line between Wilson and Celebrini. They don't play their first game until Thursday when they take on Czechia. And over to the hard court, Scotty Barnes led the way with 25 points in a 122-104 win over the Pacers last night. Tonight in the association, just 10 games that sees the Lakers host the Thunder, the Grizzlies take on the Warriors, and the Cavs battle the Nuggets. The sports update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Sawicki, your dealer for life.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button. Thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
You know, it's such a special day. Bagpipes fired up and the nasty bash is underway. And we know that there's a special place where all the AM nasties can party for just a single day. We are just living the dream since leaving 1260. Beers at Fergie's place with that trash TV. The Elks did make us proud, and boy, it caused a scene. Cash J's play of the day, and everybody screamed, oh, it just had begun. All the boys and girls, nasty bash at the club. Oh, mama, we're just having fun. Troy was dancing with wheels. It's where we belong down at Fergie's Rugby Club. We're gonna keep on bashing at Fergie's Rugby Club. We'll be two-step dancing over on the hardwood. We're gonna keep on bashing at Fergie's Rugby Club.
7:36.
Fireball shots and Corey B's.
It is the Nielson Show, 95.7 Cruise FM over on YouTube and at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, on iHeartRadio, on TuneIn Radio. There's a bunch of places you can take in the show. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio today. Mike Teneer is going to join us from his Too Deep Zone Substack to break down the Super Bowl yesterday, a dominating performance from the Seahawks defense. You can text us anytime at 780-218-9999. Somebody was asking, how did I get home yesterday with my truck? Well, I don't know why. I came here to work at 3 o'clock yesterday.
Yes.
Dropped my truck off.
Checked in.
Got an Uber. Took an Uber over to the casino. Had a good time. Took an Uber back here.
Yes.
Just, I don't know if I needed to clarify that for everybody, but
no, but it's
that's
good
how
to
I got
restate
to,
it.
yeah, that's how I got around yesterday.
You slept here.
Yeah, let me know if you need other random details about my life, but I'd love to pass them along to you. That'd be terrific. All right, let's get into that's a good for the Italian Center. Valentine's Day's coming up. What did we show you on Friday? Heart-shaped donuts.
Oh, yes.
Heart-shaped donuts.
They did.
Nothing
look good.
says I love you.
Like a heart-shaped donut.
Filled with strawberry filling. It's delicious. It's a good idea.
I can vouch. I watched you.
Pick some up for the office. I'm going to get one, and then when Trev's doing the splits on the desk on Friday, I'm going to feed him a heart-shaped donut.
Friday?
It's Friday. It's just Friday. Trev, how's the stretching coming for the splits bit?
Not good this weekend.
Stretching's coming. It's coming. Yeah, I've been stretching every day for the last month and month and a week, I think.
Yeah, it's been about 5 weeks.
Yeah. So it's, I've noticed a lot of progress, actually.
So you're feeling pretty confident right now that you're going to Van Damme this desk?
Right here.
I'm feeling pretty confident. Yeah, I am. I'm feeling okay.
That's good.
A little nervous, actually.
Yeah, you should be.
A little nervous.
You should be.
We'll see.
Yeah, you blow a groin.
Yeah. No, it'll be good. I'm looking forward
Don't push it too hard.
No, I
What does
got it.
HR Daddy think of this?
Oh, he's totally opposed to
I'm
it.
sure he is.
He's totally opposed to it, but
I'm sure he is.
I'm looking forward to it, buddy. It's going to be a proud moment for you.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah. Marshall said yesterday, he goes, Daddy, you know Friday's Friday the 13th. And bad things happen on Friday the 13th.
Well,
are you superstitious, Trev, about Friday the 13th? No. I didn't think you were.
He's a baller.
I think you're ready for it. That's pretty good. All right, let's continue with this conversation. Lots of text messages flying in on the Olympics are underway. We had the Super Bowl yesterday, and people are texting in texts like this.
Yeah.
What are the good moves that Jackson has made? Podkolzin, which they had to do because they let Holloway go. Getting Wallman, who's been tough this year, but oh, by the way, you needed to get him because you let Broberg walk. Roslovic fell into your lap because of his awful agent. Other than those, I can't tell you a good move that they've made. I mean, they're technically, I think the best move that they've made is Podkolzin for a fourth rounder.
That's a good bit of general management.
He's locked in beside Leon Draisaitl. That was a pretty smooth
That's
pickup.
a good ad.
A guy in Vancouver who needed a fresh start. They gave him one, and it seems to be working.
Who takes the credit or blame for Trent Frederick? That deal. Is that a Jackson?
Well, Jackson has his fingers in all of it.
Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know if Bowman makes a decision without Jackson signing off on
Bowman.
it. But I think Jackson would have a lot of say in that as well. There's no way Bowman calls up Jeff Jackson and goes, hey, man, just traded Skinner. They're on
I so wish
call
that's the way it...
Wouldn't that be something? Hey,
did I catch you at a bad time? Just dealt our goaltender. What do we get?
Just a heads up, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's been talking about getting a new goalie. I got one.
Yes.
So there's no decisions that would be made without Jeff Jackson making the final call on it, right? He's the guy who runs all of it. I have to think that Bowman runs a bunch of ideas by him, but there's no way he makes the call on something without Jackson's approval. I just don't think how that organization is set up. I think that's how it has to work.
Yeah, I think, you're probably not wrong, but then is that the best way to go about these things?
I mean, so far, it doesn't seem like it's a dynamic duel.
No. But I think that's where I was trying to lead you.
I think that's...
Then it may not be working at its best.
We'll get to a few more of your text messages on that as we work our way through. There's still a few rolling in. Listener Dusty says, is McDavid signing because of Jackson? Because McDavid didn't take an increase at all. I mean, I really don't want to give those guys credit for that either. Because it's not like they negotiated McDavid to stay on the same deal he was on. Connor McDavid was like, I don't need a raise. Give me a couple more years. Who knows? Maybe they gave him the best pitch ever, JMO. Maybe they're like, listen, man, we know you're worth more, but we're going to need you to take 12 and a half.
He's undervalued. He's undercompensated, I should say.
By what? He should get another $6 million?
Yes.
I think he should be at $18.5, $19 million. Yeah.
He should be the highest
paid 12 and a half
player in the NHL.
If they can't deliver Connor McDavid a Stanley Cup when he's on the best value contract in the entire league, as the guy who currently leads the league in points, I mean, that's an all-time bag drop. You can't... The guy's giving you an extra $6 to $7 million in cap space. You have to. It's a cheat code. He's giving you a cheat code.
Yes.
Like he is a cheat code, but he's also giving you a cheat code as well on this.
Yeah.
They can't blow it.
You can't ask more from him in terms of performance, right? This is not a superstar that's having an off year. He's been brilliant again. And as you said to Craig, they're pacing for 90 points.
Well, that's the thing. Like he's on this 12.5, and we're still sitting here at the deadline going, money in, money out.
Yes. Yes,
and they're on pace for worse than what they've done the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So 780-218-9999 is where you can get in. We'll see how this conversation continues this week. This is either going to be a nothing burger week or just a crazy week in Oilers land.
It'll be a nothing burger.
Yeah, that's what I would lean towards that as well. All right, 780-218-9999. Dr. John texts in and says, in my head, I think they each run the team and make trades without talking to each other, completely separate from each other. Just wait until they both end up trading the same guy at the same time to two different teams. Can you imagine that? Hey, good news. I
got a great deal with Minnesota. What? I just sent him to Columbus.
Yeah. My God, two teams wanted Henrique. That is funny. Both of them operating entirely on their own.
Shadow cabinet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jackson had a better deal for Skinner, but Bowman pulled the trigger on it just before he could lock his deal in.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a Super Bowl to break down. And to do it, guy's been with us all year. Mike Teneer, Too Deep Zone on Substack, joins us to recap whatever that was we saw last night. A brilliant performance by the Seahawks defense. Maybe we have to start there, Mike, but what'd you think?
Let's start there.
You know, it's funny. I expect you guys to be talking hockey when I come in. It's Edmonton. I get it. But after the Super Bowl, were you bored by that game? Is that what happened?
Yes, actually. Yes.
I was pretty enthralled by 4 field goals over the first 3 quarters. In the third quarter, I wasn't sure we'd see a touchdown in the Super Bowl. I was a little worried about that.
4 field goals and about 16 punts. And one of the guys on my text message stream bet the no touchdown prop about 5 minutes before A.J. Barmer catches the touchdown pass.
So he jinxed it. He ruined it. He shouldn't have said anything.
He jinxed it. He wasn't a Patriots fan, then he'd probably be really upset with himself. But, yeah, maybe not the most exciting Super Bowl, particularly to the everyday fan who wants to see touchdowns and scoring and offense. But like you said, dominant performance by the Seahawks defense, convincing top to bottom win by that team.
It was almost fitting that, we were talking about, from a game like that, what's the most memorable play? And we thought the scoop and score to kind of seal it away was fitting, considering it was the Seahawks defense that basically won them that football game.
It was that, and that was probably the ball game dagger play, and it's the most symbolic play where you see Drake May under that blitz, getting hit by Witherspoon, ball popping up, kind of shows the dominance of the Seahawks and the futility of the Patriots. Couple of, I guess a little bit earlier than that, Dre gets, fumbles, collapsing pocket. Derek Hall pokes the ball loose. I think Murphy jumps on it. Not the most exciting play, but that was the absolute it's over play. That first May fumble where you say, he's lost. No one's protecting him. He's in the pocket. He doesn't know what he's seeing. He was the one seeing ghosts, so to speak. And when the Seahawks recovered that fumble, leads to that Darnold touchdown to Barner. That's all she wrote.
Mike, Kenneth Walker III, what a nice way to run into free agency with an MVP. What did you make of how he played yesterday? And, they wouldn't have been wrong if they just ran him even more than they did.
It was so important for him to have that breakout in the second quarter. Because you remember the first quarter of that game, nothing was getting done. Both teams could not move the ball. Seahawks got one field goal. And it was starting to look like, well, if the Seahawks can't do anything, eventually May's going to go over the top. One touchdown can make a difference. So when Walker starts doing the things he does best, where it doesn't look like there's any hole, he bounces outside, cuts back, goes around defenders, does all the things that a running back does when things aren't blocked up. Walker doing that made the difference. Definitely earned the MVP award. And you're right. He's going into free agency now, being able to say, look what a difference maker I am. Pay me what the Saquons of the world make.
What do you think we're saying about Darnold in 5 years? Is this Is this the win? Like, so he's gone back-to-back 14-win seasons with two different teams. The only guy to ever do that was Tom Brady, and he did it both with the Patriots. So Darnold's done it now with two different teams. Like we said, we thought he managed a good game yesterday. When your defense is as good as they are, you didn't need much more from him. And when they needed more from him against the Rams, he gave it to him. So, like, are we sitting here 5 years from now being like, man, Sam Darnold's been lights out for 7 years? Or are we sitting here going, remember when Sam Darnold was the quarterback for that Seahawks team that won? I'm very curious what this does for the rest of his career.
It's hard to say. People will talk about Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer was not as good at any time as Sam Darnold has been the last 2 years. People will bring up Flacco. I think a little bit of an Eli Manning, where, years later, you're still looking at this NFL starter and he's winning games, but you still see the flaws. And he's still somebody people will bring up in the media and say, oh, he's not elite, or maybe he is elite, or watch out for him in the playoffs, or boy, that was a fluke. And you know what? If your legacy down the road is you're Eli Manning and people argue whether or not you're a Hall of Famer, that's a lot better than what your legacy was as Sam Darnold 2 years ago when you're on the all-time Jets mistake list.
Clint Kubiak did some great work this year. He's getting a lot of credit from Darnold and others. He is going to a decidedly un-Seahawk-like team in Las Vegas. What do you think he'll do there?
Oh, I don't know. Probably struggle. He's got a quarterback to find. They're probably going to be drafting Mendoza there, and he's going to do the development chain. I followed Clint Kubiak for a couple of years now. The thing he does best is protects that quarterback from the defense and from the quarterback himself. There's two tight ends. There's a fullback. They are running the ball. There's play action. There's short passes. All these things that aren't necessarily sexy, but can keep a struggling at times quarterback like Darnold or a young quarterback like the guys he had in New Orleans, keep those guys safe. That's going to be good for the development of Mendoza. I just don't know what it means in a win-loss record for a team like a Raiders. That's so much work to do.
Yeah. Mike Teneer with us on the show this morning, Two Deep Zone over on Substack. JMO brought it up early in the show today about the moment for Drake May. Was it too big? And I said, I think it was probably just the Seahawks defense being too good. But what did you think of Drake May and his execution or lack of through the first three quarters against that Seattle? How much of that was on him?
I mean, some of it's on him, but you look at May and you look at his offensive line, the two rookies on the left, the center wasn't very good either. You look at Vrabel. Vrabel was out there coaching scared. It was kind of like not a too big a moment for May, but too big a moment for the Patriots almost. But as the offseason settles and people start to get really analytical about Drake May, they have to look at the entire playoffs. They have to look at all the fumbles.
It's a tough playoffs, man.
Yeah. Against the Texans, the fumbles, and then Campbell was jumping on the fumbles, so they didn't lose that game. Interception at his own goal line against the Chargers, and the defense bails them out because the Chargers can't put it in. The snowstorm was the excuse or the reason against the Broncos, but they didn't move the ball. They got to look at it and say, there's still work for Drake May to do. There are still questions he needs to answer. Might be good in the long run because it's not the storyline of the next Brady now. It's somebody who has to get back to work and take the next stage in his development.
Mike, I heard it yesterday somewhere along the way in the coverage, and this is obviously before we knew the result of the game, are the Patriots now set up to go on another run, not dynasty level, but can they sustain this and go run for a while?
It's hard to believe that after that game.
Yeah.
And how that game throws the playoffs in the relief, because then you remember, oh, yeah, Broncos backup quarterback had to play that game. Oh, yes, there was a snowstorm and a windstorm. So all of that starts to, rebuild on that. The other thing you have to look at for the Patriots, they're in the same division as the Bills. Josh Allen's not going away. Patriots had a last-place schedule this year, first-place schedule next year. I'm not saying the team's going to collapse. I'm going to say that the next step and the continuing of success is going to require some real work and some real self-evaluation by this team in the next couple months.
Mike, I know this is way too early to look ahead, but who would be your pick to win the Super Bowl next year? Who's the team that you're looking at going, okay, they didn't have it this year, but that's a team heading in the right direction and could be something that, formidable for others next season?
The Rams were about 5 or 6 plays away from going undefeated this year. They go a block kick and one pick six, and they're an undefeated team. They have 2 first-round picks. because they have the Falcons' first-round pick, and they have something like $78 million in cap space. They have an unbelievable amount of cap space, considering the Rams, because you think the Rams, Stafford, they're an expensive team. They're not. So if Stafford doesn't decide to just spend the next 10 years skiing, and that's a possibility, but I don't think it's true, watch out for this Rams team that was on the brink of the Super Bowl and has all these opportunities to get better.
That's what I was kind of thinking about it last night, because before, and I pissed off some Patriots fans a couple weeks ago. I was like, I think this Seahawks-Rams game is basically the Super Bowl. Like, whoever wins this game, they're like, oh, well, we'll see about that. And we ended up seeing about that, but that's what that game was. I mean, Rams-Seahawks was for the whole thing. And Sam Darnold was brilliant in that game. He was absolutely lights out. It was terrific. That was good. Mike, how often are you putting stuff out in the off season? Like, how busy?
Well, right now I'm doing a series of all 32 teams.
Beautiful.
So we're going to be running that. They're short, sweet, but there's a series. Running that into the Combine. We'll be covering the Combine. That's just 2.5 weeks away, folks. NFL season doesn't end. So there is going to be a lot going on at the 2 Deep Zone.
Do you do mock drafts like every couple of weeks?
I might do one this year.
Okay.
Last year, as a reward to myself, because I was self-employed, I didn't do one. Okay, because they're a pain in the butt. And like the big outlets will make you do 5 a week if you're not careful. But this year I might do one just get a little attention and things like that. You know how it is. That's fanfic. That's not real analysis. Still, folks love them, so maybe I will.
Good stuff, man. Appreciate the time, and loved having you on all season. And when things start to move in the off season, I'm sure we'll be in touch.
Absolutely, it was great being on this year.
There you go. Thanks a lot, man.
Take care and enjoy the offseason.
Yes, enjoy the offseason. I was waiting for it. I was like, he's going to enjoy something. Enjoy the offseason. Mike Teneer is awesome. He's incredible. He's been fun all year long.
He's been with us for a long time.
We've been running Teneer back. I think it was originally a Phrase find back in the day.
Yes.
Phrase contributed Gabe Locks, Mike Teneer, and Eric Macramala. Those are Phrase's like 3 gets.
Those are
and I got time for that. That worked out pretty well. So Marshall was I don't know, I tweeted it last night. Marsh had his stats book going last night.
I saw it. Yes.
And he was tracking I was just like, so somebody was sitting next to me at the Super Bowl party last night. Oh, it was LTE. And he's like, you know what? I know you talk about Marshall working at DST, but how about he's your stats guy on the road for CFL?
That's been done.
Really?
What's actually happening in the NFL? There is an announcer who is, maybe it's in the NHL, and his son is working right alongside him.
With the stats?
Yeah.
See, that would be fun.
Well, sure it would be.
Yeah, that'd be a good time. That's the first time I ever thought about that. I was like, let's do it.
Dave Moyer.
Yeah, that's the thing. Moistie's moving. Like he's getting up there now.
Sure.
Mind you, Moistie's son does stats as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he does a ton of NHL stats too. Anyway, so Marshall texts me. He's got a watch. We're not giving him a phone, but he's got a watch that he can message me on an app. So like if he's at school and needs to be picked up and stuff. So he messages me last night at halftime. He goes, "It's halftime. It's 9-0. I'm surprised that there's been no touchdowns." And that Kenneth Walker has been like the really, really big player since the Patriots want to come back in this game, Dad. I think they should try to get better on the left side of their offensive line. Love you. How about my 10-year-old son? And when I heard...
P.S. Muzz bothers me.
Yeah. P.S. Muzz. And then she goes, this is Muzz. 6'7". Teneer brought up the Patriots offensive line, the left side. I was like, God damn, that's what Marsh was saying last night at the age of 10. He's just like, I think they need to improve that left side of the offensive line. So well done. Well done, young Padawan. That was pretty good. We also made a bet before I left too. He comes to me, he goes, Daddy, if he was pulling for the Patriots,
yes.
He goes, if the Patriots win, you give me $2. If the Seahawks win, I'll give you $2. And I said, actually, buddy, I said, we're going to work some odds on this. I said, I'm going to give you 10-1. I said, if the Patriots win, I'll give you $10. If the Seahawks win, you got to give me $1. And he texted me last night. He goes, oh, I'll give you that $1 tomorrow, Daddy. And I said, just keep it.
Yeah, it's on the house.
Just keep it.
Yeah.
Leave it in the piggy bank. Okay, that's the last thing we need there. All right, you can keep the comments coming in. It's right. I think the Sam Darnold question is an interesting one. Will these teams now
what's his
want
legacy?
Sam Darnold? Like somebody Taco texted in. Taco says, guys, one question too many. Do the Seahawks win the Super Bowl if they had Geno Smith? Let's face it. The D and the running back carried this team throughout the season, especially the playoffs. And they were trying to keep Geno Smith.
Yes, they were.
And he wanted too much money, so they're like, oh, well, we'll settle for Sam Darnold.
And
I don't know if
move on J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota,
that's
right?
true. Yeah, they decided to do that.
They,
mind you, there's reports that they're going to look to bring in a veteran.
Yes.
Which
they just had.
Is classic. I don't know if Geno Smith gets the Seahawks by the Rams.
He was well-liked in Seattle.
They loved him.
They loved him there.
I don't know if he outguns Stafford in that conference championship game like Darnold did.
I don't disagree with you. I think
it's
watching
close,
Darnold this year, it was a guy, and he had some great games. That Rams one notably. There was a guy, I think, who really understands the game now. And, lots of interviews he did about his time in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Where the game slowed down. And he now started to make some sense. And he's got his limitations, right?
Yeah.
But he's playing within them.
Well, he has some. I mean, he was a third overall pick.
Yeah.
Right? There's obviously a player. By the Jets.
There's a player in there.
But there was a player in there somewhere. Yeah. And you put a guy with his abilities on a team that doesn't need him to do more. He doesn't have to go steal them games.
No.
It's a nice fit. It's a nice fit, and I'm assuming Seahawks fans would like him to be around for a long time.
Another lesson, another example that it's a really hard position to figure out, and you need time, and there is no time.
Takes a pretty rare breed of athlete to step in immediately as an NFL quarterback and not have like ups and downs.
Yes.
Jaden Daniels, last year's a rookie, looked incredible. This year he did deal with some injuries, but he also didn't really look the same.
No.
There's a lot of ups and downs for these
Nix
guys.
looks great.
Yeah.
What do we see next year?
That's the thing, right? So it's fun watching the development of some of these young quarterbacks, and some of them don't get much of a chance. Right? That's the tough part, is that a lot of these guys are just like, we gave you 7 starts. You're not the guy.
We got to go.
Another first-round pick on another guy.
Yeah.
All right, we need somebody to play kind of easy trivia. We've hit 25 in a row. JMO's got the questions. He's locked and loaded. If you want to play, text Trev right now, 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 is where you can get in here if you'd like to play. Gift certificate to Mr. Mike's is up for grabs. 7 o'clock hour, the Nielson Show has been brought to you by GameSense. Joaquin Gage coming up. Gage will join us just after 8:30 this morning. And we got 3 questions too many on the way as well. But if you'd like to play trivia this morning, 780-218-9999. Fire Trev a text right now. He'll pick one of you, and you'll look to take us to 26 in a row for Mr. Mike's. If you're listening on 95.7 this morning, couple minutes of commercials, quick traffic update with the lovely Pauline Higgins, and then you're right back with us, so don't go anywhere. If you're listening online, we've got a sports update coming your way right now. It's brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Here's Trev.
The Seattle Seahawks are your 2026 Super Bowl champions, knocking off the New England Patriots 29-13. Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker was named Super Bowl MVP after a dominant performance, rushing 135 yards on 27 carries, becoming the first running back to earn the honor in nearly 30 years. Earlier this morning, Megan Oldham captured bronze in free ski slopestyle, posting a 76-point score on her final run. It marks Canada's second medal of the game so far. In curling, Canada's mixed doubles team was eliminated from playoff contention following a 9-5 loss to South Korea, but they closed out their Olympic run on a high note with an 8-4 win over Switzerland, finishing with a 4-5 record on the ice. Team Canada's women's hockey team looks to remain undefeated. Today, as they face Czechia, the Canadians opened the tournament with a 4-0 shutout over Switzerland on Saturday. Puck drop is set for 1 o'clock. The United States will also take to the ice later today against Switzerland. On the men's side, Team Canada hit the ice for its first practice yesterday, with Connor McDavid centering a line between Tom Wilson and Macklin Celebrini. Canada opens tournament play Thursday against Czechia. On the PGA Tour, Chris Gotterup claimed the Waste Management Phoenix Open, defeating Hideki Matsuyama in a playoff after finishing 16 under for the tournament. And in the NBA, Scotty Barnes poured in 25 points to lead the Raptors to a 122-104 win over the Pacers last night. Tonight's NBA slate features 10 games, including the Lakers hosting the Thunder, the Grizzlies facing the Warriors, and the Cavaliers squaring off against the Nuggets. The Sports Update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
He's just a forward named Matt who plays for the Flames, a punk or a coward, a few of his names. He likes shooting and scoring and hits in the back. And when you're not looking, that's when he'll attack. He runs with his gloves, they're glued on his hands. Now it's pretty clear he's hated by fans. But sometimes that just ain't enough to keep a rat like him interested. Oh no, no way. No, he's got to go out and take runs at someone else's expense. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. He makes dirty hits we don't want in the game, then covers up his head and hides in shame. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. Yo yo. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. He aims for your back and then leaves his feet, while George and the league are saying, hey, that's sure neat. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. Yo yo. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. He ducks and he runs to much safer spaces, while players with a sack are getting punched in their faces. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. Yo yo. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. Yo yo. Maybe we shouldn't be singing this song with Dowdy and Cassian singing along. Maybe he'll fight and prove us all wrong. Nah, he's a turtle. He's a turtle. He's a turtle.
8:05.
He's a turtle. He's a turtle.
It is the Nielson Show coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio this morning, brought to you by the crew over at Weiss Johnson. If you're looking for a new furnace right now, get one of their Train furnaces. You can get 15% off any additional mechanical system done at the same time. Air conditioner, heat pump, hot water tank, garage heater. 15% off any of those, plus no interest for 24 months. Visit Weiss-Johnson.com today to book an estimate. You can text us in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Valentine's Day coming up this weekend. Don't leave it to the last minute. Pop by West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Center, or you can snoop around on their website, parisjewelers.com. Canadian, family-owned. Hook up the one that you love with a little something from PJ's. And then, of course, one of your text messages will win the Royal Pizza text of the day. Order online, www.royalpizza.ca, or visit one of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. Nielson and Jamieson with you today. YouTube Trev along for the ride as well. Lieutenant Eric sleeping it off. And we'll be back tomorrow. We got 3 questions too many coming up. Kind of easy trivia. Gager's going to join us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. He'll be by just after 8:30 today. And then the wrap for William Huff. That's coming up as well. That's place looks looks terrific. So nice. So nice. Let's get to your 8 o'clock hour. Brought to you by GD Liquidators, Auctions, and Appraisals. Mention EST and you get 5% off anything new or used. And they got lots of both. Don't miss your monthly online auctions that they've got over there either. www.gdliquidators.com. They're Canadian owned and operated. Make them your first call. All right, Trev's working on somebody for kind of easy trivia today. Gift certificate to Mr. Mike's just sitting here waiting for you. Looking for 26 in a row, Jamo.
Oh, 12. Ooh.
Your questions on Friday were extremely easy. I liked it.
Well,
I like where you're at with
Wait till you
these.
hear today's.
Check out MrMikes.ca for more details. Order online, skip the dishes, DoorDash. Mr. Mike's, eat locally, enjoy casually. They've got that new location that's now open in Bonnie Doon, and EST will be live out there on March 4th. Wednesday, March 4th.
I'll make a note.
We're going to be there from
What
11
time?
until 6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Pretty
much going full day, almost a full day.
Yeah.
11 until 6 at the Bonnie Doon Mr. Mike's on Wednesday, March 4th. Make plans to join us there. All right. Trev's hooking somebody up with kind of easy trivia. Then we're going to into 3 questions. If you have any questions for 3 questions too many today, feel free to text them in. We might get to some of them. 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in. And if you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Trev, who do we got?
Today we've got Nasty Sauce Jeff.
Is this the guy who said it's his birthday? I think of the text line.
Yeah.
I think this. Ooh.
Yeah, it's his birthday.
And he's never
Nasty
played?
sauce.
This is Nasty Sauce.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, Jeff.
Nasty Sauce Jeff. Jamo, you got it, buddy.
All right, Jeff, let's go. I'll ask the first question, and then we'll start the ticker. Who won the Super Bowl?
Seahawks.
Who did Seattle beat in the Super Bowl?
Patriots.
Who is Seattle's quarterback?
Sam Darnold.
How many Super Bowls have Seattle won?
2.
Is Kenneth Walker III the MVP?
Not my MVP, but yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, is that dirty? This is
5
not
for
just
5.
a dream, it's a wet dream of orgasmic proportions. Oh, is that dirty?
Frustration sets in and the emotion goes out, and then you just start playing with yourself.
Oh, is that dirty?
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Nasty Sauce Jeff making his kind of easy trivia debut on his birthday. Massive sports nut.
How do you get a name like Nasty Sauce? Do you give it to yourself?
Well, I mean, it probably has something to do with an AM Nasty joke.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Trev, did he tell you his name's Nasty Sauce Jeff? Or did you just see
You just
that?
give that to him.
Just saw his one text prior.
But I think
Nasty Sauce Jeff.
I think that what that probably was when we were like making like maybe a name for like our birdie boos or.
But I asked him, is this your handle? He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't text in much though.
He doesn't. It's only like he's only texted in 3 times ever. But Nasty Sauce Jeff is a good handle.
It is.
Yeah, I think it's a great handle. I think
unique.
you own that thing.
We don't have much sauces for names.
No, that's the thing. We did have one other. There's one other sauce. Yeah, I can't remember. Wow, what's the
barbecue?
No, Trev. That's not. Nobody texts in under the handle barbecue sauce. Man. Like, I'm glad you're starting to feel better because you're just as ridiculous as before.
Yes.
Jamo, you've worked with a lot of young broadcasters.
Yes, I have. And
Where's this guy rank? He's coughing up a lung right now.
Way up there in my depth chart.
Does he not remind you of Jeff Walker?
Yes, there are some Walker-esque qualities.
People
around
have
the
mentioned
two.
that a few times.
Yes.
Shout out Jeff Walker from 1260 back in the day. All right, let's dive into it. If you have any questions for 3 questions too many, we can get in. We can get in on that. Oh, Nasty Sauce Jeff. Apparently, he texts back in and goes, Dusty and I played co-ed 3-on-3 together many years ago with Terry Wong. Got fleeced by brutal refs. Oh.
Where were you doing this? Down
That
in
would have
Lethbridge?
no. This might have been in the parking lot at the mall.
Oh, right.
That might have been in the parking because Terry's a goalie.
Right.
And yeah, it would have been at the mall. That wasn't the one where Fraze yelled at the other team in his dad voice.
Hey,
you stop it! I've never seen anybody try to verbally scold somebody in 3-on-3 hockey.
And was Will even playing, or
he
was
was
he just
playing,
watching?
but he was playing, and they had like high fences,
Yeah,
so you
I
could
remember
just see
those.
Fraze's melon over the top of it, and he was
That
wearing
great
like
hair.
gardening gloves as his gloves. And he was yelling. He was like, stop it. You stop it. Because somebody was slashing Majo on the leg. And Fraze wouldn't have any
having none of it.
Yeah, this was a different tournament.
When Tom Wilson.
Probably a different year in the same thing. Yeah. Oh man, officials. Hey, even in rec league, they and street hockey tournaments, they drive you nuts.
Oh, those are great. Those things. Those were fun.
All right, let's get into 3 questions too many. Brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. Visit them at 983 First Street in Sherwood Park. And if you go in there today and your address or your ID, if your actual name is Kenneth Walker, he's going to give you a free vehicle.
The third.
Yeah, it has to be the third. It has to be the third.
Yeah.
Is there another Kenneth Walker the third living in Edmonton right now?
I'll share something. Tube turned to me before the show and he said, do I have to put the number 3? Do I have to call him the third?
Yeah.
I said, well, Tube, it is how he wants to go.
So I should start because I haven't been for the updates. So I should start now.
People know who he is. But it's, Dave, when you were working for the Eskimos, how many guys did you have that were like a junior or a senior or a second?
We
or
didn't
third?
have them on the uniform.
That was straight up. That was it.
That's fairly recent.
Yeah.
Where they've been able to put
the third,
second, third, or whatever, on there.
I'll say as a play-by-play guy,
we must have.
It's tough. The play-by-play, like you're just like, what are we supposed to say? Like the third all the time, all the time.
Can we get a ruling on this? Maybe the first time.
Like to me, when let's say, Kenneth Walker the third.
Okay.
That's not on his birth certificate, right? It would just be Kenneth Walker.
Well, let's put that out
there's
to
no
the
way.
Nasties.
Yeah, if you are a first or a second or a third, it's not on your birth certificate, right?
Yeah.
It's just a handle. Like his name on his birth certificate would be Kenneth something Walker. But then because his dad and his grandpa had the same name,
yes,
he'll go by the third. So unless it's on your driver's license or your birth certificate, I have a hard time being like, oh, we have to say it all the time.
Yeah.
It's a preference.
I agree. That's why I'm steering clear. It's too wordy for me anyway.
Okay.
The one that I've gone back and forth with on CFL is Vernon Adams Jr.
Because he added that, right?
Yeah.
The junior?
So now, like, some of our stats guys are like, they'll just put Vernon Adams up. And then other ones will be like, well, I think it should still be Junior. So that's why if you hear me I'll call him VA a lot. I'm just like VA. Like, it's easy enough.
It was Mike Riley became Michael Riley.
Yeah.
Right? But that was to
Mike
honor his
Riley
mother.
became Michael Riley because his mom wanted. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I got to know if you're a third out there, if you're a second or a third
let's hear
listening
from you.
right now, it's not on your birth certificate, right? Like I don't think so.
But as you're coming into this world, your parents give you the name. Do they not? I mean, is that? Do they tack on the 3?
Han Shorkoff says somebody who has a kid born this morning should name them Kenneth Walker III. Free car, worth it. I will say this just to clarify. Yes. He's not giving. It was a joke.
Yes.
Mitch is not giving away a free car to somebody who's named Kenneth Walker III.
Just call your kid Park Mazda. Hey. Yes.
Vaughn says, I want to see a jersey with the first on it. You don't even know if there's going to be a second or third.
I did work with He Hate Me.
So you did?
Yes.
And somebody else I saw put a senior on that wasn't a senior before in the CFL. They all of a sudden became a senior because they had a kid and I guess gave him the same name. I can't remember who that was. Thought it was a receiver. Could be wrong.
Sir Vincent Rogers, right? Was it Sir Vincent? Sir Vincent was his first name.
Yeah, Sir Vincent. Yeah,
that's right.
Jerry is in and says, my birth certificate doesn't say 2 or junior. Waddy in Cloverdale says, you're technically not a junior or the third unless your middle names are the same as well. Interesting.
Okay. See, we're learning as we go.
Yeah, exactly. This one's in says, my real name is Scott Peterson, but I go by Scott Peterson, not the guy who murdered his wife. It's tough to put that on a jersey.
2 layers of it.
All right, let's get into it. Did we even get to question 1 yet? No, we haven't even got to question 1 yet.
No.
All right, we asked this of Mike Teneer. Somebody's asking of us, who are we picking to win the Super Bowl next year?
God, and now I'm doing this without my
Yeah.
heart.
Tanier
I want
made a
San
good
Francisco.
point on the
I'd
Rams
like-
having that much cap space and 2 first-round picks.
Yeah. And Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
And
I mean, and Stafford and who are you going to go with? You say you want to go
Well, I
with
like
San Fran?
49ers
Yeah.
because God, it was great to see Joe Montana yesterday. You know what, just because I don't want to agree with Teneer, although I should, I'm just going to go Denver.
Okay. I mean, they were a legitimate threat this year.
They were a great story.
If they don't lose Bo Nix, maybe they are. I don't think they would.
Just lay it in there for you.
Yeah, I don't think they would have beat the Seahawks. But still, that's not a bad pick. I don't know why, but I just and they weren't great this year. So I'm really going out on a limb here, but I'm going to say give me a healthy Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's see what they can do.
Can I just toss another one in the mix there? What about Houston? That defense is.
Oh, that defense is good, but I got some CJ Stroud issues.
Yeah, true.
In Houston.
True. Okay.
Probably gonna be the Seahawks again, and we'll look back on this and be like, oh man, we were way off. Kyle the Embalmer says, as someone who deals with people's documents all the time, it definitely shows up on birth certificates, the second or the third.
Okay.
Huh. That's good. Rory, not McElroy, texts in and says, Gizmo certificate does not say Gizmo.
That's true. Absolutely.
All right, let's get to this question. Comes in from H.E. Pennypacker. Says, question for 3 questions too many. What is a sport phrase or lingo that drives you crazy? For me, it's calling hockey assists apples. I hate it. That one's in from H.E. Pennypacker. JMO, you've been a veteran broadcaster for a long time. What is a sports phrase? And Trev, you can answer this one here too. What is a sports phrase or lingo that drives you crazy? This is a good one for everybody to answer. 780-218-9999. What's the sports phrase that drives you crazy the most?
Okay, as the son of, my father was a major in the military, and my grandfather, who I never met, was even higher ranked than that. I really dislike any equation of sports to war.
Okay.
So I don't have the phrase top of my head, but anything that equates this is going to be war.
What about in the trenches?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, like loosely.
Kind of gets there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just the idea. Yeah, it's a game, and it's an important game.
Yeah.
It ain't war.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
It's just a touch different.
Trev, is there one? I'm trying to think. Like, I know there's a bunch that would probably drive me crazy, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. There's some good ones that have been texted in. I like, where's Dean S, or just Deans, I guess. I hate when people call a basketball the Rock. Give him the Rock. Let me take. I kind of like the Rock.
Sure.
This one's in shot mentality. Awful. Brandon from Windsor says Geno's for goals is dumb. Colin the Amishman says I hate Selly for celebration. Sorry, YTT. Hampton Steve says Chell and all the associated hockey slang drives me bonkers. Tube Sock says for me, it's got to be referring to the mound as the bump.
Yeah,
in baseball.
I'm not a big fan of the bump.
You don't like the bump? Lucas texts in and says it begins and ends with compete level.
Prior to getting into radio, I was a backup writer on a very popular show called Sports Page in Vancouver.
Okay, yeah.
Which was right when all those highlight shows were getting going.
That's when they were starting to become.
Donnie Taylor and
Is that who was
Paul
on
Carson.
Sports?
Oh, yeah.
Who was it? Perry?
Solkowski.
Yeah, Solkowski was on there.
Dave Randorf started there.
Okay.
I worked, with Randorf and
It's like
those guys.
SCTV.
Well, it was
before
very
it all
much
blew
like
up.
ESPN and in the early days, and you had to do highlights with all those phrases like upstairs where Norman puts mother.
Okay, yeah.
And all of that weird.
And you were writing?
Yeah, I was the writer.
nice.
I was the backup writer to a guy who was really, really good, and that was one of my first jobs at CKVU. And so, God, we used to have to fill our sportscast. It was an hour-long show you had to write, which is a lot of highlights. Trust me, we used all of that crap.
Really?
Oh, God. Yeah.
McAuliffe had one the other day. I'm a big Tim McAuliffe guy.
Sure, you should be. He's really good.
I love McAuliffe.
He used to be voice of the Ticats.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Like if I was looking at my favorite highlight guys, that same type of like Dutchie.
Of course.
Dutchie great with those terms.
Yes.
Jay does it differently. I think Onrate's hilarious.
Yeah.
I was a big Mike Toth fan when Toth was on Sportsnet.
Mike, you could nail it.
And no, but I texted or DM'd Timmy. Yeah. This one, it was a line he had a couple weeks ago on one of their Sportsnet shows where he says, like Sum 41, he was in too deep. And I mean, great Sum 41, that's a great line. I messaged him. I said, I actually laughed out loud at that.
Stuart Scott and all those guys.
Yeah.
Van Earl Wright, you probably don't know the name. Like
We've lost that now.
Yes.
Hey, like it just doesn't even exist.
Nobody's doing highlight packages.
Yeah, very
like
few
that.
guys. Like the On-Right show is even different. Like it's nobody's just banging out these highlight packs anymore.
Well, because you can get them on your phone.
Well, that's true.
You're not sitting around till 11 o'clock at night to hear somebody who's
Which used to be the biggest thing.
Of course.
Like I would rush home from school to catch the 4:30 Sports Center, so I knew everything that had happened during the day. Like,
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, those were good. That's a good question.
I'm just thinking of it now. You couldn't call the Hartford Whalers the Hartford Whalers. They're the Blubber Boys.
Oh, that's what it would have been. And the Blubber Boys.
And the Pittsburgh Penguins were not the Pittsburgh Penguins. They are the well-dressed birds who can't fly. Why don't we just call them the Penguins? That's too easy.
I think McAuliffe might be the one who keeps that going the most now.
Mm-hmm.
The one-liners. Yeah, and he's good at it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This is a good one. WT, this guy comes giving a score like 2 Cobb. WTF? Question mark. It's 2 Cobb.
Yeah, that one makes me. It just does nothing for me, right?
Gold Medal Mark says when sports talk hosts say, "Let me say this" or "I'll say this," no bleep. It's sports talk. Just
have
talk.
to say it.
Don't tell me you're about to talk. Not what you were asking, but that's something bugs me.
That guy's
Still love you,
listening
folks.
closely.
Yeah.
No.
He's paying
Perfect.
he's paying attention.
I'm just seeing this Kid Rock dancing, lip syncing in jorts, not shorts.
You know what? From the little part that I saw,
yes,
maybe it was my video, but it didn't look like he was remotely close to the words that were being said.
Just a bit off.
It looked like one of the worst lip syncs, but I thought maybe that was just the YouTube video that I was watching. All right, here's a good one. You guys are in charge.
Okay.
To produce the halftime show. What's yours look like?
Give me Prince in Miami, the one that.
So you just straight
ago,
up run it back.
Just run it back. Just run that show.
I was gonna say for me, like it's actually tough to top the Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent show. Like, those are all my favorite guys.
Sure.
They were together. I don't think I could do something better than that.
I do not have the vision to even imagine what we saw last night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't begin to go, you know what we should do? Try and recreate an entire country and culture.
Yeah.
And we've got about 7 minutes to set the whole thing up, and you'll do it in front of 1 billion people.
Sounds easy.
Just what's our budget? I couldn't imagine doing that show. I don't know where that comes from.
So much going on.
Oh.
Like, it'd be like, to me, it'd be like, let's put a big stage. Like, even the Dre and Snoop one, they had, like, it all rolled. It was phenomenal. That would be tough to top for me.
You're telling
I don't even know
a story.
what it would do.
Like in their case, that was a storytelling.
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
Yeah. I mean, I just have a stage, and I'd blow things up. There'd be fire. Just flames for no reason.
How about D-Rex here? He goes, I find it annoying and bordering on pretentious when hockey announcers say 90 seconds left in the game. No, man. Just say it's 1:30.
Oh, here we go.
D-Rex, I got to say, man, I think you're probably taking it a little too far there. I think. Like, as a play-by-play guy, you like to mix that up, right? 1.5 minutes left.
Yes.
1 minute and 30 seconds left. 90 seconds left. If you just always only said 1.5 minutes, 1.5 minutes, 1.5 minutes, it would start to get a little annoying.
So let's for a second go behind the curtain. You're a play-by-play guy and a very good one. And you do, and for people who don't know, you do,
Thank you,
obviously,
J-Lo.
you do football great. You do really good on hockey, and we're going to see you.
We're going to see March 5th.
On the big stage.
March 5th.
How conscious are you of the words you're using? Like, do you ever go watch or listen back and go, I could have said that better? Like phrases and all of that stuff.
I mean, what I think drives me for the most part is the excitement and, getting sucked into the game.
Right.
So I've kind of just spitting out whatever comes to my mind. It's not like...
Because you and I were talking about Kevin Harlan. Before.
Yeah, we're talking about Harlan. Harlan's phenomenal. He's my favorite guy. I think he was doing the Super Bowl on Westwood One. Right. The radio call. He nails it. He does multiple sports. He does TV. He does radio. You were talking about, you saw that interview where he talked about how much different it has to be on the radio than on TV, which is true. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a completely different job, but it's close to a different job.
Sure.
Yeah. But on TV, you're more...
who's also good as Chris Fowler.
Hosting the car. Yeah, I haven't listened to a lot of Fowler, but...
But he'll go from doing a Notre Dame game and then get on a plane and do the Aussie Open and do tennis.
So he just
and
does
do
them all.
just
See,
impeccably.
that's impressive.
Impeccable.
That type of stuff's impressive. Yeah. But that's a good thing about the words. It always comes back around to the first game I ever did, like in this area. It was in St. Albert, at the old St. Albert building for the Saints. I was doing a Saints game.
Yeah.
And John Short was on color with me.
Okay.
And I mean, legendary guy, obviously. Don't need to say anything else about Shorty. And when we wrapped up the first game that I did with him, he looked at me and he goes, "You're very good at this. You're going to be very good at this." He goes, "But don't ever say scene." I had the saw scene thing mixed up.
Okay, so you're
and he's
tense.
like, that's the only thing he said to me. He's like, "Don't say that. Outside of that, you'll
John
be good."
is a writer.
And I was
Was
like,
a writer.
"Thank you."
Yes.
No, I mean, that's a legendary piece of advice
of
from a
course.
guy who obviously knows a lot better than I did at the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, so Harlan's vocabulary, amazing.
Who's also got a brilliant vocabulary.
Jack.
And yes, Jack Michaels.
Jack has, I would say sometimes I'm like, oh, man, you're getting a little too carried away. Because sometimes he'll say a word, I don't even know what it is. And I'm like, damn, I got to look that up. I got to see how that fits into this game. And then you look it up and you're like, no, technically, it does make sense what he just said.
I think, and I've never asked him, he's always looking for a different way to say something that he has said a million times.
Like, I think Jack's probably a guy who sits down and goes through words and is like, I'm mixing this in today.
Yeah.
All right, 780-218-9999 is where you can get in today. Fun 3 questions there today, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda. We got Joaquin Gage coming up. He'll join us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. That's going to be happening just after 8:30 here today. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, couple minutes of commercials, quick traffic update, then you are back with us. If you are listening online, tune in, iHeart, YouTube, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Trev has a sports update coming your way, and we're going to get to that, and then we'll come back with Joaquin Gage. We'll get Gage's thoughts on McDavid's line mates at the Olympics, on the Super Bowl, if you watch the halftime show, obviously, Bad Bunny, and we'll get his thoughts on the Edmonton Oilers, and do they do something from a coaching perspective in the next 10 to 14 days? That's all coming up with Joaquin Gage, former Edmonton Oiler and current Sportsnet analyst and co-host of EST Afternoons. Trev, here's the update.
The Seattle Seahawks are your 2026 Super Bowl champions, knocking off the New England Patriots 29-13. Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker III was named Super Bowl MVP after a dominant performance, rushing 135 yards on 27 carries, becoming the first running back to earn the honor in nearly 30 years. Earlier this morning, Megan Oldham captured bronze in free ski slopestyle, posting a 76-point score on her final run. It marks Canada's second medal of the games this far. In curling, Canada's mixed doubles team was eliminated from playoff contention following a 9-5 loss to South Korea, but they closed out their Olympic run on a high note with an 8-4 win over Switzerland, finishing with a 4-5 record. On the ice, Team Canada's women's hockey team looks to remain undefeated today as they face Czechia. The Canadians opened the tournament with a 4-0 shutout over Switzerland on Saturday. Puck drop is set for 1 o'clock. The United States will also take on Switzerland later today. On the men's side, Team Canada hit the ice for practice yesterday for the first time, with Connor McDavid centering the line between Tom Wilson and Macklin Celebrini. Canada opens tournament play Thursday against Czechia. On the PGA Tour, Chris Gotterup claimed the Waste Management Phoenix Open, defeating Hideki Matsuyama in a playoff after finishing 16 under for the tournament. And over in the NBA, Scotty Barnes poured in 25 points to lead the Raptors to a 122-104 win over the Pacers last night. Tonight's NBA slate features 10 games, including the Lakers hosting the Thunder, the Grizzlies facing the Warriors, and the Cavaliers squaring off against the Nuggets. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Breaking a bed, making hacky sacks. Trev won't let us stop. Grandma in the sweatshop, sweating through a shirt. She finally just had to blur. My fingers hurt.
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 Get back to work. What a jerk. My fingers hurt. My fingers hurt. My fingers hurt. Get back to work. What a jerk.
My fingers hurt.
The hacky sack queen, grandson just told me she just works and works until her fingers hurt.
Edmonton Sports Talk smash hits. My fingers hurt, only on 95.7 Cruise FM. What's the slogan again, JMO?
Variety that rocks.
Variety that rocks, indeed.
Yes.
Variety
Yes.
that definitely
Variety
rocks.
that
You can text us anytime. That gets you into the Paris Jewelers inbox. Valentine's Day just around the corner. Don't blow it. Check out parisjewelers.com. One of your text messages will win the Royal Pizza text of the day. We'll get to that during the wrap coming up in about, about 15 minutes time, and we'll get to a few more of your text messages continuing to roll in as we work our way through the show. Joaquin Gage is going to join us as he does Mondays at 8:30. And he joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline with 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton, the greater area. It's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, and made to sassify. Let's bring in Gager today. Gager, how did you consume the big game, my man?
Just at home with my wife and watching it. I mean, my daughter was she's recovering, so she was at renting some dance studio time to go through some stuff. And then, of course, my wife was just like, when is this half over? I want to watch Bad Bunny.
She just wanted to watch Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
But then I told her, honey, we're not watching the halftime show. And I was like, well, what's going on? I go, we're going to watch the all-Canadian halftime show, which was essentially a tribute band to Tragically Hip that played Ahead by a Century 3 times in a row, a few John Candy and Catherine O'Hara clips from SCTV, and then just finish it off with a live performance from Mark Carney with the Log Driver's Waltz.
What a halftime, Gager.
God,
what a
that's good.
halftime. Hey, what were you guys snacking on? You must have done off something. What'd you do?
Oh, you know what I did? We had sometimes I had to do some meat because it was going to go bad. But I thought, well, what's the best way so everyone can just? So I made these meatballs. And then meatballs are always better the second day. But then I made a pasta sauce, and so we had pasta and meatballs for the Super Bowl, which is unorthodox, but delicious.
Nobody's complaining though. Like nobody's ever been like, man, this is a horrible time to have a meatball.
Especially when I see the result the next day when my son who's got trying to I think last I heard is trying to eat 8,000 calories a day. So yeah, demolish those.
All right. I mean, the first half kind of sucked. Third quarter sort of sucked. But I mean, you said your wife was waiting to see Bad Bunny. What did she think of the halftime show?
Oh, she liked it.
She did. There was a lot going on there.
Yeah. Does she know his music? Like, was all in on that, or was it the whole spectacle?
I think just the association with my daughters. Like, she listens to a little bit of Bad Bunny, right? So, and I didn't know who he was. I knew he was in that movie Freight Train or whatever with Brad Pitt. He was like an assassin, I think. But I wasn't familiar with his music. I know Hernan comes in and starts singing it all the time.
That's what everybody's been saying. I got to pay attention to this. I must have missed it.
But I mean, I don't know how it was very difficult not to keep bobbing your head when that was going on, right? The beats were bumping, like Dusty says sometimes, right? Like it was great. I liked how the whole theatrical side of it, the little Easter eggs, the famous people in the background. I
got to go back and rewatch this thing.
Yeah,
I was sitting at Selly's talking to a bunch of people. I didn't realize there was that much going on.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I've never really been a halftime show guy. Like if it's on, you kind of want, oh, that's cool. It's good to see them. And you can really tell your vintage, right? Because I always go back to when I was a kid and the halftime show came up and I would be like, who is this guy? Like, why aren't they playing someone else? And now everyone that's good, well, lately when older artists go up there, I'm like, yes, they finally got it right. But it just means that I'm getting up there in age.
Gager, let's flip over. Let's start with Hockey Canada. What do you think of Tom Wilson and Celebrini on McDavid's wings to possibly start this thing?
Is that like the mad doctor mixing different concoctions and different types of players to form a line? I mean, it's hard to say that line doesn't have everything that you would want on it, right? Yeah. The physical presence and menacing play of Wilson with the young hotshot superstar in Celebrini, and then you've got the speed demon himself that can do it all with Connor McDavid. Like, who do you put up against that line, right? Like to counteract that? That's just a puck possession beast of a line that you're gonna be looking over your shoulder every time. It's just, I can't wait to see it. I want to watch practice and just see them do line rushes, right? Like it's so exciting. I can't wait till this thing gets going. You know how I feel about international hockey. It's going to be a lot of fun, man.
How about McKinnon and Crosby being split up? Do you think they'll leave it like that, or do you think they put those two guys together before the tournament starts?
Well, they know what they have with them, right? And it's dynamic and it's good. So why not see if there's something else there? Because if things just go a little bit stagnant, it's probably most likely the coaching staff gets together and goes, okay, we know we have this. What are some alternative kind of concoctions that we can come up with this lineup and see what we have? I mean, you can always go back to Crosby and McKinnon. I hope they do. I like those two guys together. They seem to already have built-in chemistry. But how it makes the Canadian team so deep when you look down the middle now. Like it's very difficult to defend for other teams.
So, Gager, where do you see a potential problem for Canada? Is it just the Americans? I mean, if things don't go the way everyone hopes, which is a gold medal, where's it going to go bad?
I mean, the Americans are good, and they on paper, some of the areas where they match up are better than the Canadian team, just on paper, right? But you get into these one game offs, I think you can throw that a little bit out the window. The thing that I believe that might be the most trouble for Canada, and I found this when we went overseas, is the fact that a lot of these European countries, like the big ones, so Finland, Sweden, and Canada to an extent, but not so much as those countries, as these guys play together throughout the year. And now you even have certain players that have been playing, although in a lower, they're not playing in the NHL, but they've been playing together for the whole season, right? So you get some names that maybe you're not too familiar with, but they've all played with one another since they were kids. They've grown accustomed of playing that type of style, like Sweden and Finland and stuff like that. So that's where I think it might be a little bit challenging in certain games, just because, look, some European guys still don't come to the NHL. They would rather play at home, and their sole goal is to win an Olympic gold medal. They look at that as the pinnacle, not the Stanley Cup, right? So this is, for a lot of players that play in Europe, this is their Stanley Cup.
Joaquin Gage with us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Gage, let's slide over. We weren't really planning on talking a lot of Oilers today. We were going to talk a lot of Super Bowl, and we were going to talk about, obviously, Team Canada, but then, you start, some text messages start to come in, and people are wondering, what's going to happen here. I mean, I think there are people in town here, Gager, that are starting to legitimately think that the team's actually going to make a coaching change during this window, which I can't see a world where that exists, but your thoughts on some of that thought process.
I mean, I didn't realize it till probably the last few weeks, just games after games, looking at the text boards, the nasty chat, and people are upset with the coaching staff now. And I think what added a little bit of gas to this fire was Leon's after game interview, right? When he said it starts with the coaching. And a lot of people are running with that. We got to get rid of these guys. They can't do it. And even Knoblauch's last kind of throwing a shot across the bow, saying we need to focus on different areas of the game. We can't play this one style. So I can't see them doing this late into the season, Dusty. Like, just we know the deficiencies with this team. It comes down to the guys on the ice to execute and play a structured defensive system. That's not coaching. That's a willingness to do it by the players, in my estimation. And yes, the coach has to implement these systems and get the buy-in of it. But we've seen Knoblauch do it before. What's really changed? The leadership of this group hasn't changed. There's been some turnover, but I still believe everyone can play defense in the NHL. Not everyone can play offense. That's some gifted, like, to put up numbers, but this is just a willingness not to do it. And I don't think this falls on the coaching staff.
Craig Button this morning said the Oilers have a team construction problem. The way this roster is built. Would you agree?
Yes, and look, they're looking for that balance between the top six and the bottom six. So I guess if you look at that, it's poorly constructed, as they play six guys for the majority of games. And I think it was Button himself that said, I've never seen a Stanley Cup champion win with a bad fourth line. And if you're only playing them 2-3 minutes a night, you're probably not going to have too much success through the playoffs. Everything with this team I measure in playoff success at this point. It doesn't really matter anything else. But yeah, there are issues here. And you guys, I heard you mention it before. This is Stan Bowman is under the most pressure of any other GM in the league right now, with the fact that Connor McDavid gave him a gift in not signing for more money, allowing him that extra cap space, and they're still right up against it, right? And something needs to be done. I do think that I like the third line center. I mentioned before, I don't know how this works, but they need someone. I think the third line center is not a young player. I think he's a player that had success offensively, put up numbers at a certain time, but now maybe he's not as proficient on the scoring side anymore, but is responsible defensively and can still chip in and drive a line. And there's a few names out there that I've looked at over the last week or so that I think should be targets for the Edmonton Oilers, because that's where they need the most help, because you just can't win with Connor and Leon just running over every second shift.
Gage, before we let you go quickly, got to know your thoughts, as people are messaging in. They want to know, what do you think of Cadillac's vehicle for Formula One? What do you think of the car, Cadillac car?
The two-tone, hey, it's white on one side, but it kind of looks like the Mercedes, though. I was hoping for I like the black, but I thought they would go a little bit gold. Like Cadillac has that gold trim.
Yeah.
I like the two-tone on either side. We'll see what it looks like on track. I just saw some pictures, but it's a little bit too much like Mercedes. I mean, they should have just went with Brad Pitt's car with the Apex GP. I mean, why not? It won one race.
Good stuff, man. We'll see you around here later today.
All right, buddy.
There you go. That's Joaquin Gage on the Firehouse Subs hotline. He'll be in EST afternoons. If you are listening on the radio this morning, you're like, man, I love that guy. Then you should listen to the show that he does every afternoon from 1 until 3. Hernan Salas, Joaquin Gage, EST afternoons. That leads into the Reed Wilkins show from 3 until 6. And if you're like, man, I'd like to consume these shows, very easy. Download the iHeart app. It's free. Download the TuneIn Radio app. It's free. Just listen on our audio player over at Edmonton Sports Talk. Because everything's free.
Yeah.
Everything's free. Go watch on YouTube. It's free. But yeah, download iHeart, download TuneIn, search for Edmonton Sports Talk, click it once, and it'll pop up in your favorites moving forward after that. Jim, did you do much auto racing? Were you ever into auto? Did you have an era
bit.
where
A little bit. You know who I loved having on the show was Eric Thomas.
Oh yeah, he was good.
God, he was good. Raceline Radio.
Energy was great.
Oh, fantastic.
We used to have him on the morning show when we first started.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get in to the wrap. We'll do your sound of the day. Would you text it? Well, let's get to a couple more text messages on this Oilers thing. As we were chatting with Gage, a few texts were rolling in. I like this one. This isn't even an Oilers thing, but Waddy in Cloverdale says Cooper split up Crosby and McKinnon so he can go Canadian nuclear and play them 25 minutes once they go down 1-0. And then it's like Canada's going nuclear.
Oh, God.
Which will be something else.
Yes.
Nolan from St. Albert says Gulletson might have been the brains on the bench. Maybe. This one comes in, no handle.
He was really well regarded here.
Oh, they loved him.
Gulletson, yes.
Yeah, they loved him. I didn't think they'd ever let him go. Bowman is Chiarelli 2.0. Should have never let Steady Kenny walk. No handle on that person. Poop Stains texts in and says Gager wants Henrique from 2 to 3 years ago.
Doesn't everyone?
Yeah, that is what you want.
Yes. Let's not forget. Yes, Steady Kenny, but he was taking a lashing in this market, Ken Holland.
Yeah.
He was the butt of jokes, old man, anti-analytics, on and on and on. Remember, we used to run those news conferences, and the text line would just come on, Grandpa.
But it's also like one of those things that you don't know what you had.
Of course.
Until he brought in Ekholm. Yes. He brought in Hyman. Like he screwed up too. Screwed up along the way too. But he did. I've said this when we were talking about this earlier, there was a lot of people who were texting in earlier today about Kenny and where they'd be if Kenny was. Holland saved them from Chiarelli. Right? Chiarelli had something good and then completely ruined it. Holland came in. Maybe we'll play
Tire Fire.
We'll play Tire Fire for something.
Yeah.
Holland came in and took them from, oh my God, how are they going to turn this around, to putting together the core that took them to back-to-back Stanley Cup.
Correct.
Like you have to give Ken Holland
his flowers.
Their 2 trips to the Stanley Cup Finals are basically 100% on Ken Holland from a managerial perspective, right? Jeff Jackson barely arrived.
Yes.
And they were already there. So, yeah, was he perfect? No. I would say most general managers aren't perfect. Guys make mistakes along the way.
Breezeball, maybe.
But he established them as a perennial contender.
Correct.
And before that, they were quickly free-falling in the other direction. So
and it's not like he has lost. I mean, maybe he's lost some off his fastball. I mean, he just did a deal for Panarin.
Yeah. Which I thought was a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty nice piece of work. So, all right, let's get into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, WilliamHuff.com. They've been doing it since 1952. Bruce and his dream team over there will look after you. They are busy. I was following them on Instagram over the weekend. They're always working. They're always setting stuff up. They're always making places look a lot better. That's what they do at William Huff. All right, what did we learn on the show today?
Defense wins championships.
That's a big one.
That is a big one.
Well, I mean, I would also point out that in the local market, that's something that we may want to hammer home on the local hockey team.
Here we go.
Well,
here we go.
Can I turn the Super Bowl conversation into an Edmonton Oilers conversation? I just did.
You just did.
I just did. I mean, but that's a lot of the time. That's what it comes down to. Like,
you guys need to be more like the Seahawks.
The commitment there on the defensive side of the ice. Like, if they just become a defense-first counterpunch team, I think they got the offense to counterpunch when needed to get 2 or 3 goals and then just lock it down.
Turn McDavid into a checking center.
Hey, Steve Yzerman had to have that moment.
Right?
How many times have we heard that one? Don't you love the Stevie Yzerman moment?
I've heard this. I mean, this is a bedtime story.
The thing is that when Stevie Yzerman had his moments, they ended up getting it done.
Marshall and Muzz, gather round. I'm going to tell you a story about Steve Yzerman.
Tomorrow, we'll do Rich Peverly, who died on the ice and then came back. Let's get to your sound of the day. Do you want to go Pete left a tire fire? We might as well.
Yeah.
Why not? This is what Kenny Holland had to fix.
Taylor Hall, he came in and moved them all. 1 for 1, the deal's done. Bobby Mack let us know. Ryan Strome, lost it twice. Drake from Manning was not nice. 2 good picks, they went for Griff. Pete just had to go. Eric Greiber buyout, what was that all about? Miko signed a 3-year deal, and my friends, that ain't no steal. Traded for Spooner, shoulda canned him sooner. Chris Russell, Lucic, no movement on their deals. Pete left a tire fire. Bobby Nix is searching for the perfect person. Pete left a tire fire. Now it's tough to do well when you're stuck in cap hell.
He left a tire fire. Your sound of the day in the wrap for William Huff. Let's get to your Royal Pizza text of the day.
Royal Pizza, still decade a day.
VR Montenegro. My halftime show would be YTT staring, unblinking into the camera for half an hour.
And then coughing.
That'd be good. Would you watch that? I'd watch that.
You know what? If I was watching the Super Bowl and somebody said, coming up, a man's going to stare at you without blinking for half an hour, part of me would be like, yeah, I'll watch that.
That would bring eyes to the screen.
Yeah.
That's like the Christmas fire log.
Thank you,
VR.
VR.
Watch that.
Exactly.
Sure.
It's Steady Eddie.
Thanks, VR.
You know what? I like the idea of Trev's unblinking eyes replacing Christmas fire log on Shaw TV cable during the holidays.
Just me looking at you.
But not even your whole
Just
face.
watching.
Just this part.
Just the eyes.
Just your eyes right there. Like maybe top part of your nose.
Yeah.
Your eyes. And that's it.
I like that.
I think that's probably pretty good. Congratulations, VR. You have won the Royal Pizza text of the day. JMO, you know what happens now?
Yes. What now?
Super Bowl's done.
Yeah.
You know what the next football is we get to see?
AFL?
No, I was just skipping over all that. Canadian Football League.
Yes. Oh,
right.
okay. Of
Now
course.
I
thought you were going to get granular and
No.
Up,
I'm just saying Super Bowl's behind us.
yes.
CFL regular season's only about 3 months away.
3 downs.
What
are the changes this
March? This year it will be play clock,
Oh, okay.
sidelines,
Ooh, they got to be on the different sides, right?
and I thought there's one more for this year.
Okay.
Play clock, sidelines. Can't remember. And then next year it's the
Goalposts.
uprights It's the end zones and it's the field width. What's the other one I'm missing?
The young people will love it, won't they?
Oh,
they'll fill the stadiums.
They're going to start playing season-long fantasy.
That's the thing.
So I had people last night at the Super Bowl. Think about this for a second.
Yeah.
Last night's Super Bowl. Now, it wasn't the most thrilling Super Bowl. We had a lot of time to talk about
You had
things.
downtime, yeah.
But I had multiple people come up to me. It's Dusty. I'm really excited for CFL season-long fantasy. I said, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Right? That's big. What's the other rule? What's the other rule that...
No 55.
No, that's...
Is that 2 years?
That's 2 years.
Oh, okay.
It's...
Rouge?
Oh, yeah, Rouge.
Yeah,
Nice work,
that'll
Trev.
pack the house.
Rouge. Yeah, Rouge. That's gonna...
Young people love that stuff.
Yeah, they're going to... Now that there's a modified Rouge, young people start going to games again.
Exactly, like
So
it used to be in the 70s.
That'll be...
the 80s.
That'll be pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
All right, what are we watching tonight? I'll tell you one thing I'm watching. This little 3-game NBA parlay.
Keep an eye on my Pelicans.
Yeah.
Pellies.
Can you imagine if the Pelicans are the one we need and they get it?
Well...
Pelicans, Bulls, and Warriors all the way in plus 215 on a pretty quiet EST specials page after we peaked at like 25 bets on there over the weekend. We've got one we'll be adding to it throughout the day, but it's the early bird bet. Obviously, no NHL hockey. We'll be watching the women's national team this afternoon.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock today as they look to continue to roll. Pelicans, Bulls, and Warriors all the win tonight, plus 215. Jim, when are you in again next?
I don't know.
I was going to say, what?
I don't know when I see you next. But you know what? The next time I see you, I'll have a new left eye. Well, not the eye, but I'm getting cataract
what are you talking
surgery.
about? Oh!
February 18th. You thought I was getting a new eye.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do you get to keep the old cataract?
Oh, I see what you did there.
Comes back. That's a classic close. Comes right back to what we were talking about earlier.
I'm going to ask if I can take it in a baggie.
Yeah. Yeah, just like
so
the movie
I'm
Minority
actually,
Report.
I'm not frightened, and some people do. But no,
so what's the deal with that? So you'll be able to see better after?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So am I blurry to you right now?
No, but I could tell there's something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, good luck with that.
Yes,
So that's just a laser surgery?
Yes.
Oh, best of luck with
I did do some drops, and then you're in and out like minutes.
I'm going to take a close look at your eye next time I see you.
Sure, come up
just
really
to see,
close.
Just to see it's a thing in there. Yeah. All right, we've got, we're going to get you back to Classic Rock over on 95.7. 3 more keywords coming up throughout the day for that flyaway to Los Angeles. So make sure you're listening for that over on 95.7. Edmonton Sports Talk continues on for the rest of the day, all throughout the day. iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, over on YouTube as well. Trev, continue to get better, buddy. Good big step in the right direction, I think, today.
Yes, boys. Yes,
JMO,
good
thanks
show.
for being
Step
in the
forward.
last couple of days.
Great to be
Thanks
here.
for having your pants done up when you came in today, unlike Lieutenant Eric after last year's Super Bowl.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. That's why he decided to take the day off.
Got it.
That's it. I'll be back with the Lock Shop at 11. Until then, take it easy.